Welcome back to Tårnby, Denmark. We're all set for another day of the VoIP Defender World Junior Curling Championships 2016. We'll bring you live coverage from the Kastrup Curling Hall for this morning draw. My name's Sander Ulvåg and I'm joined by the fantastic Alison Kraviasik. Good morning.
Good morning, Sander.
Today's matchup will feature USA and Norway in the men's competition. Corey Dropkin making his way back for the fourth time at the World Juniors, while we have a completely new set of Norwegians for you, although with some very familiar family names. A very tough field in the men's competition this year. The trophy is really up for grabs for anyone at this point, as we will have a look at the standings. None of the teams undefeated so far, whilst we see Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and USA at 3 wins. Then we'll have Canada at 2 wins alongside Norway, Sweden and Turkey. And so far Denmark and Korea seem to be a little bit out of the competition with no wins so far. But really tough field this year, Alison.
Absolutely.
Here we have the lineup for Team USA. At lead, Alex Fenson. Second, Mark Fenner. At third, Thomas Howell. And the team is skipped by Corey Dropkin. Alternate, Quinn Evanson. And team coach, Wally Henry.
And looking at Team Norway, at the lead position, we have Eskil Vintervold. At second, we have Magnus Vollberg. At third, we have Bendik Ramsfjell. At skip, we have Magnus Ramsfjell. The alternate being Elias Höstermalingen. And the coach is Lars Vollberg.
Thank you, Alison.
You are welcome. Your Norwegian probably would have been a little bit more spot on than mine. Sander being from Norway.
I thought you did a good job there.
Thank you very much.
All right, so teams just doing some practice lines. We saw Team USA with some very good last stone draws in practice, and they will win the hammer. We'll see USA throwing the red stones. Norway will be throwing the yellow. So, as mentioned, a very new team for Norway this year, although these boys have been on the junior tour for a number of years and done quite well. We'll have Eskil Vintervold at lead. Have been rotating the squad a little bit this week with alternate today, Elias Höstmalingen.
I think their words were, well, it was the winning team yesterday, so we're just going to keep it going. Of course, yesterday taking on Sweden, which was a very big, important game for them to win.
Yeah, and also always a classic battle, Norway-Sweden.
Of course.
Much like USA-Canada, I would believe.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's a pretty good comparison.
And we'll see some action already here, as we just took our first look at the reincarnation of Pete Fenson. Very much like his father, Pete Fenson, Alex.
Absolutely.
Here.
It's the resemblance is uncanny.
We had a few people this week asking themselves, is Pete Fenson on the ice? He's not a junior, is he? And of course, Pete Fenson, very famous curling player in the States and the rest of the world, grabbing a bronze medal back in the 2006 Olympics in Turin, Italy. And
up in the stands watching.
Yeah. We'll have some familiar surnames for you on the Norwegian team as well. We'll get back to that in a while. we see this center guard just over curling. This is the curly side, the left-hand side. coming off the boards quite much. You see the whole sheet pretty much slanted.
We talked this a little bit earlier, but a bit of an advantage for Team Norway, having played on this sheet before. This is the first time the USA will have played on sheet A. They have played on sheet E, which, if you do a comparison, they're relatively similar, just curling the opposite way. So they should have a pretty good idea for the ice and what to expect here today. But definitely a little bit of an advantage for Norway here this game.
Oh, here we have second player for Norway, Magnus Vågberg, the son of coach Lars Vågberg. Lars, of course, winning that Olympic gold medal back in 2002 with Skip Poltersen. He also won a European Championship gold for Sweden, actually, back in 1990, before moving to Norway, getting married.
I think those are some pretty excellent role models for these juniors to have growing up.
There's Mark Fenner. Throwing the up weight, trying to spill a few yells here. Doesn't quite get the other one. Still a few corners in play, though, for the States.
Sorry, I thought we were throwing the other direction.
I'm not sure. It sounded like they maybe threw the wrong rotation there.
A little bit of a morning fog, maybe. Not quite paying attention, maybe, to what the skipper was asking.
So Magnus here used to curl a lot with the other boys when he was younger, and then it took about 4 years off curling, and he just came back for this season. And now he's made it to the World Juniors.
Wow.
Pretty impressed by him. He's a bit of a fitness geek, so that surely is helpful for him. So he's a really good sweeper. He's been just working really hard this season with his technique and his throwing, alongside his dad.
We just can't tick that guard with that weight. We won't.
Yeah, looking to come after the stone in the back, I believe, but Blabby not terrible. Spins the shooter into the house. Not sure how much of that stone is covered behind the guard.
Looks like the Norwegian team believe it is accessible to get to, though.
Here is Bendik Romsfjell. That surely is also quite a familiar surname for the ones who've followed curling through the last couple of decades. He's the son of the lead for Poltersen back when they won the gold, Bent Ånen Romsfjell, who's also one of the vice presidents for the World Curling Federation. Definitely scary to see the team line up.
Yeah.
Entering the competition. It's a completely new team. Yeah, you might have never heard of them before, but when you look at their family names, you got to think, well, these guys might have something in their genes. Might have some curling blood in them.
Yeah, and some good coaching.
Here's Thomas Howell, the 2013 Sportsmanship Award winner from the World Juniors back in Sochi. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why he won the sportsmanship award.
There's also, I mean, even if I threw the right weight,
You'd get by for that weight.
But not being quite accurate here in the start. Maybe just the Americans trying to figure out the sheet. And as you mentioned, Alison, Norway maybe just having a better grasp of it early on, having played here once before. See, they're taking a lot of ice on this in-turn draw, and I think they need it. Should curl a good bunch here.
Yeah, you could hear them saying, oh, it definitely takes off a lot there, and I don't think the shot was there, so they're struggling right now to figure out the lines. But again, first end, but there are quite a bit of rocks in play for being a little uncomfortable with the ice in the first end, but
well, they did throw the corner guard.
They did.
The team seemed confident.
Yep.
This draw just pulling up a short. I thought they had pretty decent line there, just a couple of feet light. Crashed on the top. Thomas Howell has to blast it open here.
Just stuffs it in the back. Yeah, we can see it. Another shot of it just getting a little unlucky and just jamming it head on in the back of the house.
So we'll have another Ramsfjell, namely Magnus Ramsfjell. He's the son of world famous curler Egil Ramsfjell, who won 3 gold medals at the World Championships and a bronze medal at the '98 Olympics in Nagano.
Wow, great shot.
He's a very solid player and has been for a number of years. I played him many times. He's been really tough to beat. It's kind of guy that makes you happy you aged out of juniors.
I think this is better. I do. Because then you're going to open it up at least, right? They're going to have to throw a guard or something.
how much weight do I like?
Probably normal.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, missing on the outside is the pro shot here. He'll get one of those back ones. Nose.
Being 18 years old, he's got a few years left.
Well, it could very well be the future of Norwegian curling. And I think someone would probably say the same about Corey Dropkin for USA. Had some really nice development over the last couple of years, also playing a lot of mixed doubles. And just getting bigger every year as well. Working out in the gym. Seems to be a very dedicated curler and also a part of the performance program in the States. This one just over curling on him though, on this curly bit of ice. If you haven't played it here before, it is a bit tricky to figure out. And now a good chance for Norway to throw a guard here, maybe in top 12.
Yeah, they talked about opening it up a little bit, but problem is Norway's just going to throw another guard, and what do you have on your next one? We're throwing that last shot. So it's going to be tough for the USA here on their last.
Definitely need this one tight to the rings. I think even full 12 here is probably the best result, really. A lot of curl on the intern here, so I don't want to leave too much room. Anything you show a little bit on the outturn. I think they've done that. It's a pretty good shot. But probably could have brought that into the 12-foot. Although, look at that. Looks pretty tough to come through the port in the intern there and tap the shot stone for one. So got some really nice line on that guard.
I don't like this.
Huge trouble for Team USA already in the first end here.
Yeah, what do you do?
All right, Corey, you got it.
Playing the tap? Not quite sure.
I think that's what the shot is.
I think if we play the draw this way, we can chap. We can always chap in.
It doesn't sound like the front end agrees, though.
Yeah, sometimes you might just want to keep those thoughts to yourself when your skip's made a decision.
I agree.
Just got to trust it. Give him some confidence.
What do you guys think that is here?
Although he could play that in turn, even just draw in and concede the one.
We're tapping our red.
Yeah.
So this will run a bit straighter. See, you don't have to overthrow this one. Just throw a T-line, even if you just tap it in the forfeit. First steal of one, I think you're pretty happy, considering how this end's panned out for the Americans.
Queen.
The last one of the first end here.
Wait's good.
Pressured shot for Corey Dropkin.
Tom.
Facing a huge
Tom.
bundle of yellow stones, and you'll see this one will run straight. Will Tom Howell be able to sweep enough curl on it? Just make it into the 12-foot. But that's not going to be enough, and Norway will steal a huge score of 3 in the first end.
Wow. Great start for the Norwegian team. But the USA just struggling a little bit with the lines there. They had a few that surprised them, and on that last one, like we said, it does run a little straight there. So it was definitely a risk in playing that shot versus the draw, like you said. But when Skipper's got his mind made up, it's best just to help him as much as you can.
I think that first end really just displayed what the teams know about the ice. Really just having a lot more control. You got two really strong sweepers here too.
Yes.
And there the jacket goes.
Norwegian team bringing their first rock into the rings, not needing any guards at this moment, being up by 3. But we're definitely going to see some corner guards in place for the American team.
No, I know you probably never ever conceded a 3 in the first end. But what's the most important thing to do mentally?
You've got to rebound. You have to just focus on the next end. Try for your deuce. Get the game a little bit closer, and it's going to take you a little bit to inch your way back into the game, but it is 10 ends, and so it is far from over.
You'll see lead Eskil Vintervold. Do you know when he started playing curling?
I don't.
2013.
Wow.
Basically started playing curling when, I believe, when Lillehammer got their own dedicated curling rink. Lillehammer, of course, the city that hosted the 1994 Olympics, Winter Olympics. It was quoted the best Winter Olympics in history, but enough about that. They used to have, well, still do have a few sheets in the hockey rink, but now they have a very nice dedicated curling club, which was built for the Youth Olympics. They were hosted in February. I think it's done quite well to get to World Juniors in 3 years.
Wow, I'm impressed.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good close. Let's go back.
Yeah, we gotta go right here. We gotta go right here. As far as she goes. Keep going. Keep going.
And not really swinging big this way either. Does a good job though. Gets the draw pretty much covered and behind that guard, even if it's held deep.
Yep. Løs! 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 Løse! Takk.
Of course, also Magnus, his mom, a very successful curler in her own right. Trine Trulsen, the sister of Paul Trulsen. So, I mean, there's...
I think you could write a book just on family relations and curling accomplishments for this team, these two teams.
Yeah, and well, she was a world silver medalist from 1989, Milwaukee.
It's incredible.
I believe the same year Pat Ryan won the Worlds
Hard!
on the men's side.
Gotta go, guys!
We're way
Keep it
down.
going, Al. Gotta go. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Keep going. Keep going for peace. Keep going for peace.
He's really working hard to grab anything of this yellow rock, and Alex was working hard on the brush, but just couldn't hold the line. It curls so much there. It's really going to be something that the throwers are going to have to be extra conscious about, making sure to have a really positive release on that side of the ice.
Oh, there's a bit of an upset. Just overthrowing that one a wee bit. Runs fairly straight there, so if you're a little bit inside out, it's not going to come back on you, especially not throwing that kind of weight. So, got to be a little bit careful with the peels coming down that that side.
Room. Al all the way. 9. Oh, 9. Tom, close. Yep. Tom. Yep. Yep. Hard. Where? Clean. 6. Clean. Close. Yep. 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 Whoa,
Calling
whoa,
out
whoa,
6,
whoa, whoa,
which would mean top 4. There's a little bit more weight than they called out, but
I guess they just swept that for a line to keep it on the face of the yellow one.
Jeg tror hvis du prøver å ta den og så river du med deg den, så får du kanskje den nå.
So, the plan for USA here is to freeze the yellow. Hope that Norway plays the peel and just rips everything, opens up the house. And that way, USA can risk-free come around the corner guard and try and set up for their deuce. But there is enough space to just peel this one cleanly off the forfeit without taking off the back yellows. Does get one of the yellows. And now I think we'll see USA come around the corner. So a nice chance here for the Americans to score a deuce back. And just question is how easy will it be to get a draw tucked in behind this corner.
Where? Tight. It's tight. Line's good, guys.
I'm not sure, Tom.
Alex.
I haven't seen a lot of draws too tight to the guard come down here.
Yeah, it's still got some room.
Yeah, that's the thing that tricks you a little bit. Actually has pretty good line here, though.
Yeah, great shot.
Very nice.
Great control of the weight. Perfect weight and line on that.
What'd you get?
80. You can be throwing 75 probably.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I can't really see a whole lot of that stone just thrown by Tom Howell. And Harley will just call the peel on the corner. No problems there. And the Norwegian third.
I'd rather split, honestly. Alright.
just a touch less.
Yeah, you can probably throw an 80 again.
Tight.
3.
5. Line's good.
It's a 3.
Where?
3.
Is it in?
Holy moly.
I think it's in.
Well, this one may be coming up a tiny bit heavy.
Oh,
What are you doing?
That's a bit unfortunate.
oh, that would make a pretty easy double now for Team Norway.
Well, I guess the only upside is double might jam on the yellow at the back. So they're going to have a wee think about it. Have a look at the angles.
Yeah,
They're looking to maybe slash it instead here.
yeah, I think you're right, Sander.
Definitely looks. You can definitely play the nose hit and catch the back red quite thin and spring it out to the right side door, but there's always going to be a chance he might jam it. Throw it hard enough though. I mean, there's a fair chance he'll get both going, even if you're up the back yellow. I wonder if they might try to slash though.
Ja, men altså, du skal treffe ut, så.
Du skal treffe nesten der under kosten nå.
Ja.
Definitely a tougher shot, the slash here.
Ja, Henrik. Ja. Yes. Yes,
Pretty tall guy, got some leg drive.
I'd say so.
This one's just going to over curl.
Pretty big
Det ble nok for lite is, ja. En så jævlig fin ut.
sigh of relief for Team USA on that one.
Yep. I just didn't have enough ice there, really.
Fikk liksom ikke ordentlig
I
grep.
don't mind this, honestly.
Like he told his sweepers in the hack, he said, well, I'm just going to hit it where the broom is. And throwing it that side, you know it's gonna curl even on the peel, so probably had to take a little more ice there.
I also think it's a great pair.
So he did believe the curl.
Who's counting, you think?
So he did believe in it. And the hack, he could visualize that he could see it definitely moving on him.
Do you like that? We're doing a switch.
Sometimes when you're a little bit doubtful that it's going to curl, you have
like
the
this?
tendency to throw it a little bit soft, but
Yeah, we're counting.
sounds like he did
Alright.
trust.
He trusted his
He
broom,
trusted it.
put it in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
80?
And now we'll see Corey Dropkin try and play a freeze on the back one. And if he plays a freeze here with the right angle, there won't be a double for Norway. Where do you want to put the freeze here, Allison?
straight on the face.
Maybe even just a tad on the, well,
Tread on the low side there.
on the side where the other US rock is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That on the low side is good too, so that there's no run or double there.
Mark, freezing on here.
Curl less here.
Keep the curl, guys.
Yeah, so Gonna catch the high side, and
Fine, Car.
there is a chance for the slash now. If that was half a rock to the left, it wouldn't be there. I don't know, is there any risk? I don't think there's any risk to stick them both.
I don't think so either.
And that's what they're discussing. I think it's worth a go here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing peel, I don't think there's any way
Ok, akkurat som i
you're
spør.
sticking both the reds around. So
Even if he were to skinny that red and hit that yellow, I doubt that that red is going to
Vi kan prøve dobbelt.
stay in the house.
Det er egentlig
with
akkurat
that
som
weight.
Petter. Litt lenger ut.
definitely have to be very, very unlucky to do
Yep.
so. Well, just through this one, so should know how this runs. Just going to trust the fact that it will curl a wee bit. There we go.
Ja.
Yes.
Ja.
Trying to kill the deuce.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hard.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow. Wow. Ja.
Sounds pretty close.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh. Yeah, just left it for a second there. And caught a wee bit more curl. And that's going to leave a draw for 2.
Det er bra, Gustav.
Yeah, so as we said, it does catch that back yellow, but it goes out quite easily. So no risk on throwing that shot. It was worth a try.
Du vet at du setter i vanligvis, det er bare å ikke bry deg om det. Så setter du det.
The Norwegian skipper just telling his second player, Magnus Vågberg, that yeah, just don't think about that miss where he missed the corner guard peel. Just saying, you know, you make those usually, so just don't think about it. As we see this draw from Corey Dropkin making its way down onto the forefoot.
Nice job, Car.
And,
Perfect weight.
Yeah. Well, definitely the best way to
Way to fight back right too. Time to play now. Yeah, here we go.
respond after giving up his TL 3.
We know they'll choke a little bit here and there. All right, we're gonna get some misses. Let's take advantage of those misses. Put up the center guard and steal this end. Force is fine.
Yep.
Sounds like they're going to go hard this end.
They went hard in the first end.
Yeah,
I guess they like to
going
play
hard for
aggressively.
this. Going hard for the steal. I think I overheard them saying. Going to put up the center guard and try and get a steal out of this end, which would bring the score to a tied game.
We're okay.
Alex Svensson,
Halfway tight.
81% so far this
Only
game.
Tom.
Oh, take a look.
Careful. Looks hot.
A little bit. Just a hair. A little bit.
Good.
It's good, Z.
Good judge.
So apparently Alex Svensson works as an ice maker, a bank teller, CrossFit instructor, and pizza man.
I saw that. And the pizza man part is with an exclamation mark.
Yeah,
He sounds pretty excited about that.
I think it's all. I think the exclamation mark is for
that
all of
is
them
all of his
because
accomplishments.
it's shocking. He
Yeah.
has so many jobs. I think that's why. So if you think this generation of people are lazy, you can think again because Alex has 4 jobs.
And he curls full time.
Exactly.
Wow.
Stopper sikkert litt ut på siden der.
And he plays darts, pool, and soccer,
Helt ned på T-line.
or football, as a normal person would call it.
Bra skill. Fint der.
Well, he is from the United States, so technically, Sander, it is soccer.
Well, we're in Denmark now, so. Having Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee as sports heroes. Could be worse, eh?
Some good picks.
It's not the first time we've seen someone miss a takeout high side on that part of the ice.
No. You are right on that one.
It's not.
Guess there's the first time for everything.
Has Alex never missed a takeout in his life? Is that? Maybe he tends to over curl his out turn.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he meant.
That's what the first time is. I'll give you an update on the other sheets briefly right now. So on sheet B, we have a matchup between Denmark and Turkey. Denmark taking a 3-pointer in the first end, still waiting to have the second. Sheet C, we have a matchup between Switzerland and Russia. Switzerland also taking a 3 in the first end and blanking the second, so it is a 3-0 game on sheet C. Sheet D, we have Scotland and Sweden, and Scotland taking a 3 and then stealing a 2, making it a 5-0 lead for Scotland right now. I see a big end trend, because here on sheet E we have Korea and Canada. Canada taking a 4 in the first end, giving up a 1 in the second, so it is a 4-1 lead for Canada.
Definitely seems like someone's been up watching the Briar.
Yeah.
And someone's had a good night's sleep.
There's a lot of big ends here early on.
Yeah, wow. We've had, score 3 or more in every game.
Midweek, maybe showing those who are getting a little tired, those who are staying in it.
Could very well be.
5-6.
And maybe some teams just getting to know the ice better and upping their performance.
Yeah, I think we might see a trend of, instead of keeping first ends open, just like we see in this game, a little bit more offensive. So taking advantage of the other team maybe who doesn't find their draw weight as early, so taking multiple points extremely early on in the game.
Because even though this end sheet is a little dodgy, I think the ice has been very consistent in terms of speed and curl
I agree.
all week. So I think that's really the most important thing when you play a curling competition. Sure, it's nice to have a lot of curl and keen ice, but it's really important for it to stay consistent, so you're able to know what's going to happen. If you have to readjust for every game, it's really hard to find your stride.
Yeah, I think our ice makers are doing a fantastic job at maintaining the speed for the ice. Here in the commentating booth, we haven't noticed any significant changes, both in line and weight. Wow, what a great shot. Fantastic shot by Mark Fenner there.
And that's going to help you out, I think.
Definitely.
But I don't think the steal is in play, like USA were thinking. Now we're just going to hit the open net. And this might just turn into a blank end.
I think realizing early on that it wasn't really working in their way, so bailing to make sure that they were keeping it close.
Well,
Just clean. Whoa.
me and Norway overheard their scrum because they ended up throwing to the wing.
Yep.
A very defensive move, and with the Alex Benson rolling out on the hit there, really kind of messed up the end a little bit. Enjoying a good start. Bendik Ramsfjord. He's actually in the Navy this year. So he's moved away from his hometown of Oslo, or actually just outside Oslo, in the commune of Bærum. He's moved to Stavanger, where we had the European Curling Championships back in 2013. So having to curl there a little bit on his own this season. As we have a very nice curling club there as well. It's fairly new.
I take it you've been there?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
just had our nationals there.
Uh-huh. So very recently.
Oh, it's good, it's good.
So this Norwegian junior team's been playing on the European Junior Curling Tour. Did win the event that was held in Oslo, back home. I do believe they had a chance to win the tour altogether, but they didn't end up going to the last event because some of the players had other things they needed to do. It's a bit unfortunate, but definitely one of the stronger junior teams in Europe.
Corey Dropkin throwing 50% so far this game. But he's had some tough ones, so. Oh,
And just getting caught on that straight path again.
wow.
Oh my God.
And if you ice just a tad too much and you throw it a tad inside out there, it's never coming back, as mentioned a few times.
No, it's pretty unforgiving.
Kommer det mye ved senteren?
Oh, Norway with a really nice chance to split the house here. Maybe get an easy deuce. Magnus Ramsfjell's sister, of course, also a curler. Of course she is. Everyone's a curler in the
course.
family.
Of course.
And she skipped the Youth Olympics team just last month.
Like I said, you could write a book.
And the two of them play in the mixed doubles. I believe. Well, how far did they get? I think they made it to the final this year in the Norwegian Nationals.
Coming up a bit short there, so what could have been a possible deuce for Norway is now looking like it could be a blank end here.
Well, might even be a chance for Dropkin to make the roll in behind that corner. It's worth a try, isn't it?
Yep. Take a look at his release here.
Yep. Yep.
So being the curlier side.
Yep. 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 Yes. 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 Yes.
Well, we'll make a roll. How good is it? It is good.
He answered our question for us.
Is it good enough? Well, I think it is. Oh, that looks like a pretty tough blank.
Shot, Core.
Well, the straight spot too. How much can you see? Is that a quarter, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Not a heck of a lot.
Front end just saying, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
You got a draw here. So that's making up for his first mistake there. Corey Dropkin making an excellent roll. It's pretty tough to switch sides like that. We've seen a few people get caught on it, throwing the outer on the straight spot. You're a little too positive.
Yep.
And then you kind of soften up your release on your in-turn, playing the curly bit and you overcurl, but
Oops.
he did not. He just threw that one perfectly, and
Yep.
really nice line call by both Corey and vice skip Alex Svensson there. So last one of the third end, just a draw for one, and an end that swung back and forth a little bit.
Say it shows the mental toughness that Corey has, having a pretty tough miss on his first and rebounding back to have that really nice hit and roll in a second.
We'll see Magnus Ramsfjell just adjusting his draw weight there. Making a nice draw to the back four. Scored the one. Still with a 2-point lead. But USA doing a good job after conceding 3 in the first end. Took a 2 and now they've forced Norway. They'll now have Hammer back and try and score 2 again to tie it up.
It's a problem with scoring big early. It's hard to maintain that lead. It's a long game, and if you take the strategy that Team USA is doing right now of force, take 2, it'll creep up there really fast.
Yes, må gå. Ja da, yes. Hele veien, boys. Hele veien. Yes. Bitte litt til da. Vær litt til da.
We talked about Swedish lead Max Beck
Jeg gikk ut så
very early in the week, tiring out his sweepers, throwing the draws just a needs bit too short. I feel like Eskil is doing the same here. He's thrown a lot of draws that ended up about top 8 with full sweep.
Yeah. Hopefully the guys had their full share of breakfast this morning to keep them energized for the rest of the game.
Well, he's got 2 pretty strong sweepers there in the gym a lot. Obviously, I've seen these boys every day for the last couple of years. And they're just growing, getting taller and wider every year. A little bit intimidating. They're becoming men, Allison.
Yeah. I think that's their plan.
Easy. 3-4.
Bare land dø. Bare dø.
Oh, Shirley
Magnus, vis noe. Nei, dø.
for the guy on the right here, Bendik. If he's in the Navy at the moment, I'm guessing he's got some tough days. Or do they just sit on the boat and do nothing all day?
I
Top
would.
8, top 4.
I would
really
know.
no. No, but I really don't think that that's what's going on. If it is, then I think maybe Norway needs to take a look at their their Navy training.
Well, we have a very long coastline, so I don't think
How much? Yes,
we're
Tom.
just slacking.
Yes, Tom. Yes, Tom. Heart. Good, get right
USA looking for
On the kick. Go hard.
I'm not sure what they were looking for with that kind of weight.
Keep going. Okay.
I guess they were looking for a little hit and roll.
Eventuelt
They got it.
I think perhaps they were looking
They're drawing
at a
around?
freeze or a draw.
Ikke
Or,
at du dytter den ut, da.
Tapping the L's.
I don't think so.
Anyway, ended up pretty nice.
Plan B was good.
Fin fart. Litt ned. Hei.
Fart er fin!
This will curl here. You'll see Norway also using the one sweeper technique.
Rull. Viktig. Kom igjen.
We'll get that corner guard at the way. And we'll roll to the center line, so I guess not the worst option.
No, the benefits of throwing the down weight on those shots is, in case you tend to overcurl a little bit, you can still stick your shooter and roll to a center guard, which is, like we see, it's not a bad result by any
Even if
stretch.
we hit it and roll out, you know, we're 2-3. You don't like hitting it and rolling under? No, I do. I'm just saying, even if we roll to the outside.
I like that. Even nose is fine.
You like that?
Okay. Just make sure we hit the ones in the house somewhere.
Problem is with rolling under on this, if Norway were to ever get a hit and roll under on that red that's in biting the top 4, then they've got 2 guards staggering on top of it. So might work against them if that comes to play.
It's all right. That's fine.
Good. Sorry about that.
That's
Does
fine.
tickle the guard, but does quit one of those yellows flying.
Ja, yep.
And keeps the shooter, actually.
Okay, give me up.
I'd say I like that one better than the rolling under.
Now we're playing that roll and see how Magnus Vågberg deals with having overcurled on the curly bit. Now throwing the straight one. And we'll see, he'll catch the high side big time there. Like mentioned, just got to readjust. And I think it's a little bit up to the rest of the team as well. The sweepers, just to let him know, well, you know, you go overcurled on that first one, but remember, this one, this side's going to go very straight, so just make sure not to overthrow it.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if a lot of teams are training to have these two different types of releases.
That's it. Yeah, I guess the problem is that very often you won't use them in the same game.
No, but it's, as we can see here, if you were to be able to manage the two of them and flip back and forth, it would give you such an advantage over the other team.
You know, those boys practice in our rink back in Oslo, where I'm an ice maker, so you can bet your sweet bippy the ice is good.
I love that one.
Right, so USA line 2. But I believe there's a chance to make the double here. Seem to like turn around like there's some debris or something, but shot worked out fine anyway.
Yeah.
Makes a double. Looked pretty hard to stick around there. It's only left.
Like dropped the stone and he caught it back again and then released it.
I think he had contact on the him sort of flipped it. I don't know. No, before.
Just when he
flipped
kicked
it,
out.
but I think he had it in the whole time. I don't know. So we're not sure if it was a double touch or if that's allowed.
Was it a double touch before the hog line?
It's hard to say.
Because like he...
Do you have contact all the time with the stone?
So double touch is okay as long as it's before the hog line. If you think you touched it by the hog line.
Oh, it was after. It was right after I slid.
It was right after the hog line or right after?
Let's see the replay here. Good on you, production team.
It was right about here.
It was just when he kicked out.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
I'm not sure about that one.
I didn't think double touch was good at any point.
No, I didn't think either. But
in this case, since he...
But to be honest, if he made the shot doing that, I mean, it's definitely not like an advantage or anything. I think, you know, obviously I'm Norwegian, so I might be a little biased. But if I was the opponent, I'd say, you know, if you were able to make that shot doing
what you did.
Yeah, good on you.
I think that was very
Sportsmanship.
very sportsmanlike of Team USA to let that rock stand, because they could have easily have just said no, put the rocks back.
And I think also very sportsmanship of Norway to let them know that happened.
Absolutely. I think that's really cool thing about our sport.
I haven't seen that before, actually.
No, I haven't either.
I did remember Skip Magnus saying one of his handles was a little slippery in the first end. So I don't know what it is. There's a little pebble on them or some, I don't know.
Sweaty hands?
Maybe them eating bacon with their hands for breakfast this morning. And obviously USA throwing a heavy draw.
Jeg var så jævlig sløtt på hånda. Ja, de snermer jævlig godt. Jeg merket på den første tekene jeg hadde.
It's just saying his palms are quite sweaty.
Yeah.
And like I said, Skip just said, yeah, well, I felt like my rocks were quite slippery too. I've never seen that as a problem. Have you? Have you?
No.
On slippery rocks before?
I have not.
Line's good. Line's good.
I am on it. I'm going to look into this.
Oh, the rule book
Yep.
for double touch?
Yep.
Right.
Holy shoot.
Yeah, I was always told you're not allowed to do that.
Well, I've never seen it when you're pushing out of the hack. I've seen athletes who realize, oh, shoot, I'm a hair wide or hair tight, and kind of flick it at the back of the rock after they've released it, which, of course, is not allowed. With the rock sensors that you'll see in some of the World Play or Grand Slam events, if you do happen to double touch the rock, the sensors will go off red, and the rock will be taken out of play.
I don't think that would happen on this occasion, though.
No, since they don't have them.
No, but
Oh,
if you think about it, when you activate a stone, you're sitting in the hack. Sorry if you're not following this, if you're not a curler and haven't played with the eye on the hog, but if you let go, you can double touch it as many times as you want in the hack. So you can double touch it as many times as you want before you get to the magnet strip by the hog line.
that's true.
So it wouldn't turn red if you did that with the eye on the hog technology.
Intriguing.
All right, so down to skip rocks here. Sounds like they're just throwing the guard here.
Fin retning. Litt, Magnus. Se hard ut.
Yes, go. Yes, Magnus. Yes.
Yeah, I think they're quite happy with that throw.
Bra fart. Takk.
And no need to do anything too complicated there. And I don't think that shot zone is going to be accessible on the right-hand side as we see it on the intern. That runs so straight. Might be able to tickle it, but it'd be hard to remove it from the forefoot.
Maybe the only problem is it might come back on ours.
Yeah, I know, but I think it'll actually spill out though if it does.
Okay.
Would you rather do the thicker?
I'd probably rather do it this way. Catch it right here.
Yeah, I'm seeing the wild one off the winger on the left-hand side. There's an option on the last one.
Get straight. That's honestly not bad either.
Yeah, it's a little more.
First off, we're going to see Corey try and make the double peel. If he makes it, I'm not sure if Nerv's going to throw the guard again. They might just try and hit that stone top 12 or top 8 rather. And that's going to allow a pretty simple shot for Corey to score his one. Although there is a risk that playing this double peel, you might catch your own red top 8.
Whoa. Tom.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was
Wow.
maybe possible to catch the shot there. And he comes very close. They're actually sweeping that for curl. They ended up actually over curling by just a hair. That was unfortunate.
I know, I probably should have just let it be and probably would have got them all.
I mean,
Yeah, good try.
job done.
What'd you say?
Nei, men jeg kan...
Yeah. They're playing the hit? Really?
Må skikke han ta den innan. Ja. Løs 15.
Now, since USA has opened up everything, we will play that hit on the stone top 8.
Løs 15.
Throwing about 15 seconds. from hog to tee line. It's about 10.5. Hog to hog. Easy control. Pretty smart to keep the weight down here. It's not going to move too much on you.
Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
And there we go. That's a very nice shot. Keeps the shooter in front of the shot stone as well. Could have very easily just rolled. Played it safe and rolled far and leave the nose hit for one. But keeping it there, it makes it so much harder for Corey Dropkin. And that's a prime example of what you can do if you just keep your weight down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sounds good.
Now we're forcing USA to play the double instead.
Maybe not.
Looking for a perhaps a gold medal here. Corey Dropkin. He's been at the World Juniors a bunch of times now. And it's been a while since USA did get that gold with Chris Plyce back in 2008. And you got to go even further back to the goal before that, back in 1984, Al Edwards.
Chris is actually who he listed for his role model in winter. So definitely looking up to him and his accomplishment that he had gotten back in 2008 and
Tom?
Yeah,
since forward.
beating Oscar Eriksson in the final in Östersund. As we see the last stone of the fourth end here.
Get it going.
Oh, does it spill far enough?
And it will be a steal, I believe.
It really looks like it.
Yeah.
Just over curled by you here.
Yeah.
And that's a big steal for Norway.
Yellow.
Oh, MVP.
Oh, Corey Dropkin just on the wrong side, not even on the inch, wrong side of the centimeter, quarter inch. Twice in a row there. Very unlucky. Norway will have a 5 shots to 2 lead after 4 ends of play.
Okay, 6.
As you'll
2 tough ones.
see them throw the out turn here. Throwing the in turn here 2 ends ago with their lead rocks. They're taking about 2 feet less ice coming this way.
Bendik. Bendik kan gå. Fin linje, Bendik. Hånd I gang, Bendik.
Hånd 6 skal ha plass til 2 stykker.
Bendik. Yes. Yes. Nydelig linje.
Kom igjen.
Yes.
Kom igjen.
Ja.
Så langt det går.
Yes, så langt du får den. Så langt du får den.
And again, putting a top 8 with some help with the sweepers.
Jeg ga den litt.
Could probably afford to throw a couple of more feet, but certainly a lot better utilizing your sweepers and putting a top 8 than back 8.
Tight.
This one just pulling up in time for Alex Svensson.
Okay. Samme.
Ja. Hva vi skal nå?
Bitte litt opp.
Hva vi skal?
Tappe.
Bedre løs enn her.
Ja.
Jeg kan bytte.
Skal vi bytte?
Jeg bra på retning. Alle veien.
Du har sikkert å dette I skjær også.
Ni på ute, så bedre på retning.
He's got a fairly solid delivery for only playing 3 years.
Bendik!
Hånd I gang.
Yes!
Jøp.
Yes!
Opp. Går.
8. Hvor lang vi?
Ja, Bendik. Ja.
Kjør litt da.
Ja. Videre.
So throwing just a touch too much weight there. Maybe, well, actually not too bad. Just didn't curl enough, really. Just looking for the nose tap on his own yellow. But in the end, Doesn't find the worst spot. Kind of chokes off the draw around the corner anyway. There's no chance for USA to make the little hit and flop. We're going to have to move that stone out.
Just give another quick update what's going on in the other sheets. Sheet B, Denmark versus Turkey. Denmark up 4-1 with hammer here in the fourth end. Switzerland and Russia. Switzerland still has the 3-0 lead in the fifth end now. Sheet D, Scotland versus Sweden. Scotland up 6-1, still maintaining their lead, and Canada taking an extremely dominant 10-1 lead over Korea. Yikes!
Oh boy.
Litt ned!
Magnus Valberg,
14.
69% so far this game.
As a hobby is listed, I hit a little white ball around a field sometimes. Other than that, I enjoy all kinds of sports. I guess he's referring to golf.
I think so. I mean, can't really think about anything else, but that's pretty funny.
A lot of these guys play golf, and their fathers do.
You want to ask him?
I think a lot of curlers play golf as well, don't they? Do you play golf?
I sure don't.
Is this bad?
I'm guessing Rachel Homan does.
No.
No?
Emma does. Emma Miskey does.
Okay.
It looks like it's loaded.
Unless she's taken it up since I have moved overseas. She is a sport enthusiast, so it wouldn't. Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me. Seems like every time I talk to her, oh, I've taken up, parasailing, and I've done this, and of course you have. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I tried golf once. I almost killed someone on my first drive. So.
My plan is to play best ball with someone, because then I always take their best ball, and I'm just there to hang around and enjoy the view.
That's when you have a team and they'll tee off from whoever is closest to the hole.
I don't mind these here, but they're kind of dangerous,
I know. That's why I kind of like doing just this.
I did finish off my first round with a par, though, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We just gotta figure
Struck a lucky drive and had my putt for a birdie, but choked it.
They're going to be line 3.
So close.
I'll probably just throw a center guard, honestly.
I don't think golf's for me, though. It's quite frustrating.
What do you want to do?
Curling's frustrating enough.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of frustrating,
That's fine.
seems like they're having some difficulty here.
Go into it.
I kind of like the straight side.
During the hit and roll,
They're
I
not
believe.
frozen by any means. There's like a good foot and a half maybe.
So which one are we playing here?
We're going to play the hit and roll.
How far are we rolling? Just like half buried?
Half buried or three-quarters buried or what?
In all honesty, it's probably easier.
Probably half buried.
Any reason why they're just rolling half buried, Allison, and not fully buried?
If they roll half buried, the angles won't be there to tap those 2 yellows up. So placing it in a way where he would have to, if he wanted to, he'd have to pick it, meaning try and hit what he can see, which is a lot more difficult than playing off of the 2 yellow stones.
Whoa, Alex! Alex! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
And we'll spin back a little bit, but it's still...
Kind of lines those up.
Yeah, exactly.
Made a diving catch up the middle for the last out to win the Cal Ripken Minnesota State 11-year-old baseball tournament. Mark Fenner. It's his most memorable sports moment.
Aww.
I'm not too huge with baseball, but I believe that's someone hitting the ball with the bat, and he's outfield and then running up the middle of the field, and then diving for the ball and just catching it.
Sure. I played t-ball when I was little. That's the extent of my baseball.
It always looks cool.
Sorry to all the viewers who are into baseball.
I was able to catch a Yankees Red Sox game in at Fenway Park. So I am a Red Sox fan.
You're a Red Sox fan, but you don't know baseball.
Oh no, just enough. I've been to a couple of games. I was just playing ignorant. In case I was wrong. So, bit of a miss there from Norway, and all of a sudden, USA with the chance here to spot the house in line 2.
Tom, careful, T-line. Right here's okay.
Line's good, Tom. Keep going. Keep going.
Looking to freeze on this
Keep going,
back
guys, keep
yellow.
going.
Tom,
A little
keep going.
further.
Backside.
Try and get it as
A little further.
further back
A
as
little
they
further.
can.
Good shot, guys. Good shot. Good shot, Scrooge.
Mark Fenner's idol is Derek Jeter. Jeter? Yeah, not even sure how to pronounce that, but he's a 5-time World Series champion in baseball. I guess he likes baseball.
I think so.
I always wanted to play.
Really?
Looks fun. I don't feel like you like a lot of sports.
I do. I just have very, very terrible hand-eye coordination.
That cannot be a good thing for curling.
No, well, I seem to make it work.
Clearly.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it for me. If anyone's seen me dance or try and play any sports, they can absolutely clarify my missed hand-eye coordination that I have. And that was a pretty big miss for Norway, jamming on the back yellow. So it is setting up for the USA here.
Just not too easy getting to that Yellowstone top 8, though.
Little plus.
So I think they're just still drawing to split the rings in line 2 for the time being.
Try and split them a little bit so there's no double takeout on those back red stones, but looks like we're going to be grouping them a little bit. And the reason they're trying to get it further back here is, as you can see, if he leaves it high, there's going to be a double on that covered red stone on the forefoot. So making sure that they don't have that possibility, and fortunately just leaves it a little bit high.
I don't think the double's there.
No.
The flat double anyway, but I think they might try the straight double and roll. Or either, not sure if they can get both. Actually catches that high side. He's looking to make the roll in towards the center line there.
They're just going to play off that yellow.
Might have not been too bad. It might be hard for USA to make a hit here without putting the double or leaving a double. So I think that's why they're drawing. So we're ever to hit that yellow, leave a much better angle for Norway, and to very easily pay a double. So just ignoring that yellow, drawing again.
Switch.
Take a look.
Gotta go behind T-line, right here. Full 8 foot. Us back to
all the way. All
Keep
the
going,
way.
Zeke.
It's a very nice draw.
All the way. Can't hurt it.
Good shot.
Nice shot, Tom.
Good judge. Good pair, Tom. Good pair.
Yeah, nice pair, hey.
Thanks.
There's not much Norway can do here, I think, except just peel these in the back.
Vi
Back
vil
here.
at den skal bli bedre enn de. Hvis vi blir liggende sånn, så fryser han den.
Ja, men sånn her, da. Den, og så sånn.
Så liksom sånn.
Du kan jo slå den på
Vi
oversida.
får den
Går
andre
den
på
ut,
oversiden
den
og blir
hit,
liggende, eller da skal vi rulle jævlig langt.
den hit, den.
Jeg tror bare vi ruller hit.
Ja, ok.
Så 14 eller noe, jeg tror vi tar inn den, ja. I kanisen her. Nei, det er mye, mye mer.
Not sure if they need to stick around here.
14.
I think maybe they're preferring USA to play the hit instead of the draw. But
Jeg ruller i senter.
yeah, just kind of tempting to play the double here.
Eller
Just be a little safe with it.
Jeg vet ikke, jeg er jo ikke...
I think even if they jam, that Yellowstone top 8 will outcount the back one.
14.
They played a little hit and roll with just a solid control weight. I'm not sure if they'll get both the Reds flying doing so.
Ren. Wow. Ren. Ren.
Wow, close.
Wow.
Nei,
Ren.
nei.
Jep.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Nei, 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 nei.
Jep.
Nei.
Wow.
Nei.
Wow. Wow.
Nei.
Wow.
Vi har 3, 4 og 5. Vi har 2, 3 og 4.
Jeg ville bare sitte 3 etterpå, altså 3 bedre enn hans. Ja.
So Norway saying believe they're lying 2, 3, 4,
2, 3, 4.
meaning Team USA is lying shot stone.
But you just gotta make sure you roll a little.
Yeah, I think that really was their plan, actually.
Okay.
And we'll force Corey Dropkin to make the hit.
Control.
Okay. Are you rolling to Mark's side?
Yeah, rolling to freeze on that red.
Are we sitting 3? 1, 3?
No, we're sitting 1 and 4. Control.
One.
Corey Dropkin
Yes, Tom.
throwing
Yes, Tom.
53% at the moment.
Hard, Tom. Gotta go.
And like we said, it's just been on the wrong side of the centimeter this game.
Right to it, Tom. Right
Really brushing hard.
That's fine. 6.
It's a really nice roll, actually.
Not too bad placement there.
Sorry, guys. I gotta get myself in
For hvis vi runner, så vil den uansett bare chappe der.
Corey saying that maybe he's just not icing himself enough
Jeg tror kanskje den
on
også
that
vil
side,
der, men
on the curly side.
jeg tror bare vi drar der.
Making that roll in behind the guards
Jeg fikk
Smule mindre, kanskje?
is
Mindre?
pretty good. Putting some pressure on Norway here.
Yep.
Just made the open hit. Probably seen Norway just hit that stone and concede the 2, but now the 3 might be in play.
Magnus! Dette fikk jeg på centerline!
En lett en for 3. Seks.
So Magnus Ramsfjell will throw the intern freeze here, trying to take away the 3 for USA.
Fin linje. Køller litt.
Bare fart. Kølle hvis den kan.
Nydelig linje. Bendik.
Vent.
Se litt lang ut. Se litt lang ut.
Er der på fart.
Vent. Litt lenger. Tiss ned. Nei.
Looking a little hot. See how far he can get it back. He will lie second.
I was looking to put that top 4.
Jeg synes ikke den var så veldig løs når jeg sparket fra.
I think we're 1.
It's gonna cut pretty good here. So Probably where you
It
give
is
into
buried,
the normal
but
draw to the center.
just like Alex Benson said, it will cut
I
big
think
here.
that's
So there's definitely a chance to
so.
come and tap this one in just a foot to score 3. Definitely worth the risk at this point. You'll see Dropkin really visualizing the shot as he's sliding away. Sweet down the hack. One of those pre-shot routines. Just looking back and just visualizing the shot.
So let's aim for
How important is it to have a pre-shot routine?
It is very important.
75.
I think one of the things that will make you most consistent in your games is to practice. Even when you go to the rink Sunday morning, you're a little tired, to incorporate your pre-shot routine in every single throw so that when you come to a game situation, you're throwing the exact same as you've practiced each and every time. It's not something that you should skip.
5-6. Close. Yep.
Let's see if it works out for him here. Last stone of the 5th end.
Tap. Cooch.
Gotta go for the tap. 6, 7.
Mark in, man.
Cooch.
Mark.
7, 8.
Mark. Mark. Mark.
Calling this back 4, back 8.
Mark, go, Mark. Go, Mark.
Needing to curl a bit more.
Go, Ziggy.
We'll tap the yellow.
And
Got it.
he's got it.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
And it's a score of 3 for USA. Big shot from Corey Dropkin there.
3 red. Nice call, Al. Nice sweep, boys.
Been getting really amped up for the game here. That will be half time then. 5 each. It's looking like a very, very interesting game so far. Got some good shots and
Big end for Team USA to tie it up here at the halfway point.
yeah, we'll be back shortly with the remainder of the game. Also some highlights for you before that. So join us again in a few minutes. First end here, USA Norway. Bunch of trouble for the Americans early on. With last one here, Corey Dropkin trying the long tap, but it doesn't come off for him. And Norway steals a big 3 already in the first end. In the second, though, Corey Dropkin will have a draw for 2. after Norwegian skip. Magnus Ramsel couldn't pull off that slash double.
Put some pressure on them.
Not too many stones in play in the third end, but Corey Dropkin making a solid hit and roll in behind the corner on his last one, forcing Norway to draw for one. The draw will nestle in on the back four, and it's good enough for a score. Norway 4-2 after 3. In the fourth end, skip Magnus Ramsel of Norway made a little nice hit and roll in front of his shot stone. Corey Dropkin left with a double, just over curling, and that yellow stone will stick around for a steal. 5-2 after 4. But in the fifth end, Corey Dropkin making a nice hit and roll to line 2. Norway not able to pull off the freeze. Mark Fenner on the sweep here, trying to tap the other one out and sit 3, and they will do so. And after 5 ends of play, it is a tied ball game at 5 each. And I think we're back in action here on sheet A. And if you're just joining us, this is the VoIP Defender World Junior Curling Championships 2016 in Tårnby, Denmark. You're listening to myself, Sander Ulvåg, and my lovely expert, Alison Kraviasik. How's it been?
I feel like I need to have a saying for you. I need to do an intro once and say how fantastic you are to talk with.
Line's good.
Well, that would be clearly lying, but I'll take it. What do you think of the game so far, Alison?
It is. It's been up and down, but it's a pretty even match. Both teams have their makes, their misses, and Corey Dropkin's been, like we said before, he's on the wrong side of the centimeter for a lot of his shots. He's not far off, just struggling a little bit, and last end he managed to get his groove back, and well, the fourth end too with his fantastic hit and roll to force.
Yeah, up and down. It's been exciting, I think, so far. Norway certainly looking to score their 2 here in the sixth end, putting up the corner guard. Maybe just a couple of feet late, but still in a usable spot for the Norwegians. I think we'll see a bit of a classic start to the end. Top 4 from the USA, corner guard from Norway, and now I think they're trying to throw the tight guard. They're calling 4-5, and I believe that would be top 12 or top 8 foot.
Well done.
So plan B to try and freeze these 2 rocks then. But that is quite a bit more than he definitely wanted to throw.
Well, the double's fairly easy. Couple of ways of playing this. Gotta play the more solid takeout and make both threads fly. Or you could play old tap, try and push them back on the T line. Certainly the more cautious approach is to play the double here. But most importantly, you need to keep that shooter around. If you roll out, just a chance for usage to just peel the corner guard, and the end is effectively over. Doesn't make the double. They're looking for the roll, but I think the double's a decent result.
We do have one game that has finished, and you've probably guessed which one it was. The super dominant game of Canada versus Korea, finishing at a 12-2 victory for Canada. That is a tough game to lose if you're Korea.
Well, they've lost to a very good team, if anything.
That's true. But,
And score, as we say, scoreline doesn't matter. It's all about winning or losing. If you're down by a bunch, you just gonna have to, try everything.
Yep.
Give up a steal of 7. So what?
Korea can, I guess, take a good afternoon off and try again for their evening draw tonight.
Yeah, Korean men's team having a bit of a struggle this week.
Playing Scotland tonight. So
boy.
it's a pretty tough day for them.
Well, there's a good thing. The Korean women's are doing well. They're at 5-0. 5 wins, no losses. So good for Korea.
No kidding.
Korea will host the World Juniors next year as a test event for the Olympics in Pyeongchang 2018.
The center.
Just like Sochi did in 2013. And Vancouver 09 and Penarol 05.
Just off center.
I told him we're all on board if he thinks it's a good call, so.
I'm not on board anymore.
You're not?
If you have any questions or you feel like what we're saying is just completely wrong, you can tweet us at hashtag WJCC2016. We very like a few questions, or maybe you have some fun facts about these guys if there's some family back home watching.
Dedicated family members in the middle of the night back in North America.
Halfway tight,
You
guys.
know, I set my alarm at 3 o'clock last night to watch the Briar. That did not happen.
That's good. Easy, easy, easy.
Put it on and I fell fast asleep.
Those are tough games. Tough games to find the energy to wake up for, that's for sure. But
And I don't know who chose to have the Briar the World Juniors at the same time. When are you supposed to sleep?
it's a hard life. But a pretty fun one, watching curling day and night.
Løs! Ja, gutta. Kjør.
Eskil,
Kjør, da. Jobb da, gutta.
Eskil,
Ja. Kjør.
Eskil, den er i garden
Ja, meg.
fortsatt, nesten.
Go. Go.
T-line, gå på T-line.
This time Norway coming around the corner guard.
Eskil, trykk! Hard! Hard!
It's a very nice draw.
Magnus.
Very nice indeed.
Like, I'll do it.
I mean, I don't think we need to.
Need to what, Rip?
Go under.
This is really ballsy.
This is real ballsy. Like, we're just dangling them out there.
What do you like? You like coming in on their guard with like board weight?
The problem is just we threw the center guard playing for the force. And peeling isn't exactly the force.
No.
No, I know it isn't.
So what do you
Go
like?
under. It's Tom's first. Let's just
Go under.
Just bite top 4.
Not quite sure why they threw the center guard. You could have peeled the corner.
Well, they said before that their goal for this end was to force, apparently. So
Maybe
by peeling everything, it would bring a blank end into the mix.
Right, I know it is.
I'll call the coach interaction here. So I'll listen in to what they have to say, but I just feel like maybe
Like, I kind of like it. It's
forcing in the
just so
sixth
gutsy,
end
you know?
isn't something you'd normally see teams do. Maybe rather wait for the 7th.
I just want to know what they have to say up there.
To be honest, we probably should just beat them. Try first and next one.
On marks?
Yeah.
Probably, but I don't know.
I still like trying to.
I don't know. The earlier we force, I feel like the better.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to force.
Wasn't looking too pretty.
So we'll have Wally Henry come down.
And we'll take a listen in and see what he has to tell the team.
The only way you can force it, the easiest force is by playing back line tap.
You can't see any of it though.
I know. The curl's got a dip. I don't know if we can get a corner of center.
And if we catch the guard and roll to the center is okay, I guess?
I guess, yeah, that'd be all right. It's a lot easier to come around, but we have to go the whole rest of the end for a steal. If we come around, we have to go the whole way for a steal, balls to the wall.
You just got to make sure you hit something yellow if we're playing that tap.
We can't flash it. And it's hard playing that weight when we can't see it, you know?
Hack weight should do it, though. It goes quite a bit.
I don't know about hack weight.
You don't like the peel? I mean, what do you... I honestly don't mind the peel.
So if we give up anything, it's only 2.
Well, I mean, if we play hack weight, play it tight, and we get the peel, that's fine.
We're gonna leave another corner guard. That's what we're gonna do. Or move our center guard, and then there'll be 2 corners.
Yeah, but then this is gonna be open, and we can hit and roll over to it if they end up going under. You know what I mean?
Let's pick a shot.
I think those are all really good points.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'd like to see him
Really
throw the
good thought
perfect guard on that
process.
side.
Well, I mean, they threw the center.
so?
They knew Norway would
I mean, he's either gonna
have
do
a
that
good
or
chance to
split
come around the
balls.
corner, or maybe they thought Norway was going to throw around the center.
Right?
But
Yeah.
surely had to see this coming. And
Okay.
if they threw the center,
Sorry, shot.
I guess the plan was to come around it, and they're not really using it. So
No.
it's a bit of a... Not sure if they thought this completely through. They're peeling this.
Coach saying that he likes the hack, and of course we are looking at the swingier side, so I believe it is there. But I mean, just like they were saying, should you just tick it and leave another corner guard? That could be big trouble.
Wally Henry has got 2 bronze medals from the World Championships. Most recent one in 1999. 1991. Sorry. For the ones who remember that final, big controversy. Kevin Martin playing David Smith. That's when they brought the corn brooms out. And I believe after that game, corn brooms were banned, or at least you weren't allowed to switch back and forth from between corn brooms.
Interesting.
David Smith, of course, winning that final in the end
6.
for Scotland.
Bare fart. 6.
The father of Kyle Smith, who's done quite well at the World Juniors in recent years.
Skal helst ikke gi en dobbel.
9. 8-9. Helt vekk. 7. 8-9. 7. Kommer igjen nå.
Are we just splitting the house then? Wanting to keep them quite level.
Ok, da.
Ok, det er en dobbel.
I think there's a double.
Bendik.
Yep.
Could have. They knew it was going to be back tee. Could have swept it even further, maybe, to make it a little steeper.
Yeah, they were calling out about 7-8, definitely before the hog line, so could have brought that one back.
Still pretty thick double though. We haven't seen the houses that lively. But I think it's there. Should be there. I think Tom Howell can throw enough weight.
Even if he were to hit and roll on this, group them closer together.
You don't want to roll out here.
No.
No. He's got the perfect, hit the perfect spot, make the double.
Great shot.
Owie.
Throw. I mean,
A nice guy with a fierce peel.
Let's take a look at it again. Just catches it on the perfect angle to sit right on the top there.
we could have hit that a little thinner.
2 buttes.
Could have hit it a little bit. Never satisfied.
Litt opp. Opp. Vanlig.
Vær med. En. Vær med. En. Opp. Opp.
Hardt.
Sorry.
We're probably just looking to roll to the wing there.
Bra satt.
Just a wee bit to make the roll in behind the center guard as difficult as possible for USA.
Kind of like one, but if you want to throw one up, how does that sound?
The goal here is don't get too close.
Well, he made this kind of roll earlier in the game to force Norway. Although we're not on the last stone yet, but it's made 2 very nice hit and rolls in this game. Won the bronze medal at the Youth Olympics. The first one back in Innsbruck, 2012, playing with Russian Marina Verenik.
Tom!
Tom hard.
Tom!
Hard.
Tom!
Tom hard.
Whoa!
Will not quite make the hit and roll. I wonder if it might be worth for Norway to try it themselves.
I think so.
'Cause even if you make the little hit and roll to the wing here, there is a chance for USA to make the roll behind cover and force them. Only problem with trying the hit and roll towards the center is if you just roll halfway, you make that hit and roll quite easier for the Americans.
Or cut down your scoring area if they happen to freeze on top of yours later. But might be worth a try.
I think they should be able to roll maybe top 4 here, and even with the freeze, there should be some real estate to draw for 2.
Whoa, nei. Bendik.
Ja, Bendik. Whoa. Hard. Jeg hadde aldri fått rullen uansett.
Just changing up the call there, realizing they wouldn't get the roll towards the center.
Så jeg tenkte å prøve å rulle litt ut så at han jamma hvis han prøvde rull.
I don't know. Coach, did you see how far he moved that?
The guard.
No? Okay.
Did he touch the guard on his way? One of the sweepers?
Okay.
That happens a lot too. Happen to nick your foot off of one of the guards as you're sweeping the shooter towards the rings. Just ask the other team where they think that the rock moved to and where they should move it back.
Great chance for Corey Dropkin here to make the perfect roll. That's so high in the house too. If he makes it, might be very difficult for Norway to make the blank.
Just clean. Close! Whoa, Tom!
Mark.
Whoa!
No.
Clean!
Feels like the teams that execute the hit and rolls are very often the teams that win games, Allison.
Yep. I would say so as well.
Definitely tough to make those perfect.
Okay. That's fine.
It's just not really down to the thrower, it's down to the calling the line and communication, calling the weight for the sweepers and everything. And Corey Dropkin is not able to make the roll. We'll leave this blank attempt for Magnus Ramsfjell. Does curl a wee bit here. Did remember that from the second end.
Yes.
This one looks...
Yes.
Oh, they've left it.
Wow.
Oh boy, they were just keeping it clean all the way. And at the end,
It's a big miss.
just curled on them. Yeah, I got to be careful on that side. I mean, that's going to finish, even with peel weight.
And that's exactly what the USA wanted out of this end. They wanted to get the force, and it's definitely not the way that they had imagined it.
That was a bit of a sloppy line call there. And on that curly bit, if you're on it, you can just sweep it and really make sure you keep it straight.
We do have another game that has ended on sheet D. We had Scotland versus Sweden. Scotland taking a victory over Sweden 9-2 after 6 ends. So it's another dominant game there. That was yikes! Lots of threes on the board. Some of the other games that we have on, we have Denmark leading 5-1 over Turkey. And we have Switzerland leading Russia 4-1.
Room. Tight.
Keep the broom down, Mark. Looks a little slow.
Mark only.
Right there, a little bit. Need to go. A little bit.
Well,
Good. Good judge.
We do have an official ruling on the whole double touch situation that just got come in. So apparently the rule applies to section R8AI, which is essentially saying the double touch constitutes a touchstone moving should be removed.
Say that one more time.
Basically saying that the double touch with a moving stone should be removed. So while it is in motion, if it is given a double touch, the rock should be removed from play.
Boys, stay up. Stay up.
So what Corey was saying about before the hog line is in fact incorrect.
Well, that's what we thought, but it's hard to call sometimes, though.
I agree. I've never seen that happen before, so that's a new one.
I played a spiel. It was just a fun spiel, so it didn't really matter too much. But I came out, and there's a big pebble under the rock. I mean, there's some debris under the rock, so it started going everywhere. So I ended up spinning it in my hand, in my palm. Like about 3 rotations for some reason. And then I threw it. But my hand was always on it.
Why'd you do that?
To get the debris off, to spin it off. Instead of doing just a wiggle back and forth, I ended up spinning it in my palm like a...
Well, did it work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Made the shot.
There you go.
But...
Didn't look pretty.
I was just questioning if it was okay. But my palm was on it the whole time, so I think it was okay.
I think as long as you don't remove your hand then I would assume that it would be okay.
I'd say nothing you need to try back home.
No.
Doesn't
Won't do you any good.
No. Well, I mean, if there's debris on your rock, you got to do something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of that this week, pickups. I think we've seen 1.5.
Yeah, the ice has been very clean this week.
Much help from you taking your shoes off.
We don't have to play peel.
Everyone's got to do their part.
I kind of like throwing less weight, Mark.
The straight turn?
Less weight.
Less weight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We're
want
trying
to keep
score.
We want to keep something around.
This is what you're always saying. We're trying to score.
Like 2. I like 2. Think that's okay?
Huh? What's up? We're just thinking less weight.
I still don't like that.
I mean, we're trying to make the double, right?
He wanted to hit and roll. So that way you had a corner guard after this still. I like throwing 2 at it.
I see their point. If they make the double peel here and roll out, or we might just peel out of corner.
I mean,
and
you're gonna have to play this
the end is over.
You're gonna have to.
whichever one's easier to make.
Good normal. Good normal.
Well, playing less weight. Trying to keep the shooter and perhaps even the Thunder running back.
All right, coach.
You like that call, or?
Yeah.
Is it
Then
too
again,
complicated?
then again, blanking this end isn't the end of the world as well.
That's true.
Keeping hammer in the even ends.
It doesn't seem like this team are thinking too much about playing the scoreboard,
No.
playing the even ends, because they're playing to force Norway to take their 1 and 6 too. Where some teams might try and make Norway blank the 6th end and then rather force them in the 7th, but to each his own.
Yep.
The extra end is always in play too.
That's true.
So all of a sudden you want to have hammer in the odd ends.
Da får de en veldig fordel. Men ikke bedre å dra her I så fall. Flytt deg litt så Magnus kan se, du.
Hæ?
Hvis vi drar inn, så vil de bare slå og rulle bak.
Ok, da tar vi det kortere da. En 2, 3.
3.
3?
3.
Var den sa 3? Ja, ok. 2,5. Hvis det skal bli 2, så gjør det det.
So just looking for a tight guard here. Guard their shot stone.
Oi.
Ooh, another little fumble.
2. Mye plass. 2. Mye plass.
2,5. Her 2.
Ha plass. Helst ikke Bendik. 3. Fin retning.
Jeg på 2, 3.
Fin retning. 3.
3.
Ikke inn.
Det 3.
Eskil. Jupp. Jupp. Eskil. Hard. 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 Hard.
Nydelig. Jeg skolista I sliden, så dere? Hæ? Hæ? Nei. Jeg knyttet opp skolista I sliden. Nei. Jo, jo. Jeg hadde ikke... Jeg stoppet neste tidligere. Nei, slutt å tulle. Hæ?
Okay, apparently so shoelaces became undone mid-slide. That's also new.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening in this game. A lot of strange things. Burning rocks and double touching and
Come on, Norway.
shoelaces. What's next? Oh,
Oof.
I think they were trying to double peel it and maybe spin the red one back onto the shot stone. Just got it a bit too tight. Ran it past everything. Just in between the 2 shots, really.
Kan vi dra inn der? Vi må jo nesten ta garden da.
Putting another guard up. Gonna make sure that they don't line these up to give an automatic double peel.
Litt opp.
Hvor? Hvor?
5, 4.
Ren.
Åh.
Ren. Wow.
4.
Ren. Ren. Eskil. Jupp.
Dør nå. 3, 2.
Ja, wow. Hold da. Hold da.
Nesten på linje med den.
Wow. Nei. 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 Nei.
This one just gonna slip tiny bit deeper than we were hoping, but
Fin retning.
still not
Veldig fin
bad.
retning.
I'm gonna jam.
He says it does jam.
Might jam if they catch that second yellow
Yeah, gotta go.
very thin.
Hard! Clean! Right to it, right to it.
Look at it. So thin it came went over the top.
That's good.
I did not think that was going through the hole.
Now it's a little scary for Norway. Corner guards on both sides. And one scared lonely rock in the forfeit.
Yeah, should they let a piece tuck out on either side,
Eskil.
allowing
Jupp.
perhaps a hit and roll behind one of those corners?
Den køler over. Den køler over. Hvor?
He's calling the line tight here.
Gå da.
Might want to bring it into the house if they can't
Gå når jeg sier det da. Den køler langt over.
Cover it.
Hold den I starten. Kom igjen. Fin fart.
Wow.
Just a little bad communication. Surely threw that a little bit tight, but the skip was calling tight line, and if the sweepers knew that wasn't gonna, enter the house, they could have afforded sweeping that against the curl and trying to kept it straight at the start.
Yeah.
They could have probably saved that shot. They went on it early on.
This is gonna curl pretty good.
At least you have sort of a center guard to use.
Yeah, it's going to be important for the U.S. to hit this and roll to the wing a little bit. Take it away from that center guard. But also needing to stick your shooter.
Hard out!
Hard, Mark. On the roll.
Hard roll, Mark.
That's pretty good.
Now it's all about who's going to make the perfect roll again.
Yep.
Litt mindre.
Ja, det er det kurvet da.
Ja, litt mindre. Kan fortsatt spille på rullen. Nei, ta litt mer igjen.
Rull bak gul.
Hæ?
Rull bak gul.
Ja. Vi gjør rullen. Ja.
Hvis ikke så gjør han det.
Det er greit at man får fryst en, legger oss opp på der. Han går seriøst ikke utover når jeg bare med risene. 14. Ja. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Easy,
Yep.
easy.
Hard!
Yes, ja!
Hard!
Hele veien!
Hard!
Yes!
Hard!
Yes!
Hard!
Really got to go on this
Hele veien!
one.
Hele veien! Hele veien!
Enough to stick around, but rolls a little deep.
Tidligere når jeg har hørt at den var løs.
Litt løs, Magnus, bare. Er det bra?
Bra meldt.
Just a little softer than he was looking for there. For weight.
Just biting top four is good too.
Honestly, don't mind trying to hit it.
You know what? That fork's so hard. Look at it back.
I was gonna say, I think Ed should be good, huh? Yeah, that's good.
We'll see this pre-shot routine again. There we are.
There it
And
is.
every time.
Yep. It's really great to see, though, having the same thing over and over again. Everyone has their own routine.
Very good. Little plus. Should be pretty close, guys. Line's good.
Room.
Only wait. Line's good.
Room.
Cooch.
5-6.
Cooch.
7.
It's not moving.
Sweepers indicating that the weight is all there.
It's back there.
Tight.
Sweeper's not really knowing what to do with that. Wasn't too much to do, really.
No.
Sorry, guys.
That's well, missed about. Looking for top four. That's a back eight. So missed about
Skal bare ha den ut.
4 feet heavy, but when you think about having 2 sweepers as well, it's almost like you could have thrown that 8 feet lighter and even made the shot. So
Yep.
Har du lyst til å spille 15?
Men vi tenker at det køler opp.
Jeg har nesten lyst til å spille 15.
Jeg synes det er bra.
you're a sweeper.
Kamerat.
You want to sweep, right? When
Yeah.
your skip's throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to be involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to make a difference.
It could be a lot annoying when your skip throws it and you're not allowed to help out.
Yep.
Magnus. Yes.
You'll hear sweepers tell their skip that sometimes. You gotta
Give it to us.
yeah, give it to us. Give us a chance.
Yes, Magnus. Magnus.
So Norway's just going to come on down to the red one here and try and tap it out in line 2. Doesn't tap it out, but enough to line 2. And I believe that should be enough for the force. I'm sure if there's a double for 2.
I don't think so either.
Looks pretty risky anyway.
I'm just gonna give it the same ice. Is that cool?
They're 1-2. What? On that last.
75. Yeah, I got a 75. Tom got an 80.
85.
What does 85 mean, Allison?
Talking about the split time. So time taken between the back line and the hog line to help the sweepers and the thrower to indicate what kind of speed
T-line, boys.
you should be throwing.
T-line.
T-line.
Gotta go,
Pretty
guys.
precise time.
Gotta go.
Whoa, T-line.
Last stone here in the 7th end.
Put it right on the tee. Right
We're
on the
looking to get it to the 4-foot for 1 point. And I believe he will do just that.
Using his sweepers this time.
Yeah.
Nice judge, boys. Nice judge.
Okay. It's all tied again after 7 ends of play. 3 ends to go.
First one's okay, but it's still the same.
Who's got the advantage?
I still think we go in, though.
I would go with Norway on this one. Having the hammer in the 8th end.
No, I don't.
Now that we're coming to the latter stage of the game, could you explain why having last one in the even ends could be a
If you have any doubts, just throw the guard then.
good
Okay,
thing?
then throw the guard.
All right, let's make it good.
Just wanted to hear what they were saying there. Not sure what strategy they wanted to throw, if they wanted to throw the guard or what they planned on doing, but they seemed a little
Because
uncertain.
at least it's going to be there for the rest of the
But
day.
it's beneficial to have, technically it's beneficial to have hammer in the even
We
ends
don't have a chance to throw it.
because you'll have hammer here in the 8th. If you can force in the 9th, have hammer again in the 10th. That means you will have the hammer 2 times to 1 over your opponent.
It makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
So it's fair to say Norway might go for a score here then?
I would say so.
Yeah, I think we've even seen, was it the Olympics in, we've seen the Americans switching sides, both trying to sweep with the curl. A little high for line. David Murdoch at the Olympics in the semi-final versus Nicholas Edin. He actually took one on purpose in the 8th end to be one up instead of blanking.
That's true.
So
That was a
and it worked out in the end.
hard game to watch, let me tell you.
Yeah, you of course a half a Swede almost now.
My boyfriend being the old second for Nicholas Edin at the Olympics. So I was up at whatever time in the morning, 3 in the morning, Canada time.
We were in Canada at the time.
was-
Yeah. Well, it was a good game, and I gotta say the bronze medal game against China was even better. That was a circus.
It's giving me a heart attack. That was a hard one to watch.
And both those games worth rewatching for any curling nut out there.
That's really good games, mind you. I was not happy about the result of the semifinal. Sorry, David. It was a fantastic game, though.
Oh, Mark Fenner working hard here.
You're good. Tom now. Clean. Right here, top four. Top four. Yes, I think so. Go.
Just gets it by the Center guard puts a top 8. Very nice draw.
That took off early. Thanks.
Well, good brush by the sweeper then to keep it on the straighter side. If he said it was curling early, meaning the break point came a little bit earlier going down the ice. So the point where the rock starts to bend off of the direction. Ooh, I think we've got a pick here.
Yeah, we just talked about there not being a lot of pickups this week. That's only the second or third time we've seen that.
Wow.
In our live coverage. That is a crucial time for any pickup too.
I like going right on top. I like welding it.
Now USA with a chance to put 2 rounds in behind the center guard.
Yeah, but I still like right on top.
And Norway's going to work. We're going to have to work really hard to clear this end up. As even just scoring 1 here is pretty good for the Norwegians. And the steal for USA, of course, would be massive.
Go, buddy, go, 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 go.
Oh boy.
Okay, not awful. That's fine.
So the sweeper saying that it was going to be short of the house no matter what.
Oh, that's your fault. You gotta have.
But they were really trying to get it past that yellow guard
Hvilken fart da?
to not line up a double peel.
Ikke spill hardt. Hold, OK. OK. Ikke spill 12, gutta.
Tynn hall.
OK.
Tynn hall på den sida.
Spill 12, gutta. OK.
So we're going to try and peel some of the guards here. I'm hoping if they're a bit lucky, they might even spin the yellow guard into the house. I'm actually going to over curl and make the run back instead. So not quite what we're looking for, but definitely better than nothing.
Yeah, but unfortunately for them, it's going to allow Team USA to get a better draw in. The one before being only top 8, so...
I think they come pretty wide, though.
Yeah, it is going to be tricky to get in there. However, the swingy side, I don't think you have to come too close to that guard to wrap one around there.
Same ice.
Tapping?
Looks like it.
Touch more weight. That's it.
Just a foot, maybe.
I guess a good thing for Norway is they got that shot off the center line. And there's no real wee drawing to the center line for USA here. So electing to throw the tap.
A little bit out.
Like you said, there wouldn't be enough curl to bury on the outturn. But it wouldn't be very close to the center. The tap is very difficult though.
Keep going, Tom. Keep going.
Oh, they're coming through the hole.
Oh.
Pardon. That was also a very tough shot to make though.
No kidding.
I think that one has to cut.
What? What?
That one has to cut.
Statsspiller liker å spille ballen i øyne. Det er litt tregere.
Det skal gå veldig rett der.
Jeg bare tenker på farta. 80, jeg spiller 80, egentlig.
Well, if that was after playing those stones straight up, 1 through 8, that would be the number 4 rock. And we did see Bob Gordon, lead for Canada, throw the number 4 rock earlier on their broadcast, and he seemed to curl a lot more with that stone.
You are definitely right there.
Oh, actually, wait a second. No, that was a straight one.
Number 3, I think he said was a straight one.
We just gotta wait for it to curl, man.
I talked to him. It's number 4.
Number 4? Mm-hmm.
It's maybe not.
There's a delay. Straight side. 85.
Can't really see the numbers.
I do.
Well,
I think it's too much.
with sharpening the rocks at the beginning of the week,
I know, but I'm
We
just
could
saying.
see earlier
I like
that
it,
they were
actually.
getting a lot more curl than they are now, starting to flatten out a little bit more. So you will see some of the rocks changing a little bit over the course of the week.
Yeah, the alternate players would usually be out in the evening practices to match the stones. Just throw every stone down the same line, same rotation, and see if they can find the odd ones out. This one just a touch heavy here. I'm going to slip off, at least punching the yellow back tee, but now we might have a chance to come in again and
I
lie
just had
too.
way too much. If I had the right weight, I think we're pretty good.
Calling back line. Gotta be careful here though.
Good. Okay.
Very, very easy to overthrow stones down this line. And if you do, they're not going to come back on you. So I wouldn't even mind seeing them just throw the draw here. Calling it light might be a good thing. And now calling it heavy. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
This is exactly
Might
what I was
chip
talking
it
about.
in.
Throw it too heavy there, it's not going to move at all. You're much better throwing just T-line there and then sweeping for weight and trying to throw back line. And in the end, actually throwing more than back line, there's not much you can do. It's a lot easier to sweep and to hold the line rather than to sweep and for curl.
Yeah.
It's like 5 feet less, 6 feet less.
What you would call a heavy draw.
It will curl at the end.
Yeah, okay.
We're still lying shot, but a golden opportunity for USA to put a draw top 4 here.
It's out there. It's out there.
Well, that's not good.
No.
It's out there.
If it's
Not
out
on
there,
that side.
if it's out there, it might not come back.
No.
Got a mile. 5-6.
Mile's not good.
Mile.
7.
Yeah, you wanna at least you wanna tuck a piece. If anything.
Go hard.
Gotta be above.
Had perfect weight there.
Sorry, Cord.
Just maybe flicked it out just a wee bit there on release. Or slid a bit wide.
Hey, Cord.
Oh, actually, looking at it now,
But you got the 5.
fairly buried.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think the 5's fine.
Det kommer nesten bare på finish.
However we wanted.
Norwegian skipper just saying, well, you're only going to curl at the very end.
I think Thomas was just saying he accidentally threw his rock. But he said, it's okay though. I think my rock is fine. Yeah, so you'll be okay. And that happens a lot too when you start mixing and matching some of the pairs. Sometimes you forget which one you're assigned to.
This time all tighter for line. Should be able to hold it here. Just not enough. Definitely had a lot less weight this time. Just T-line, I think.
Wow.
That was a bit of a key shot there. Does seem like when you get closer to the center line, it does start to curl a wee bit.
Top button's not bad.
Looks like it is coming in a little bit. I'm
I
surprised.
was gonna say
I
hair left
remember
is
when
gonna
we
be
saw
bad for
Matt
you.
Dunstone throw his whole heavy draw here on the intern. Seemed to really finish
That's
it at the
true.
end when it came closer to the center line.
What are we looking for? 85?
He was playing his shot for the win against Scotland. Just ended up sliding past everything.
All right, same shot. What do you guys think here?
85.
Yeah, that was a
Someone who I
tough
just
one.
threw, or a little more than that last one?
Tough one to take probably for
Touch more.
Matt.
2 feet more.
Well,
We just gotta wait for it to curl, right?
they had their first 4 games were the toughest probably, and they won 2. So I think they'll have a good chance of winning the remaining games.
Well,
Winning-
taking a pretty dominant lead over Korea this morning.
Little plus, queen.
USA at 3 wins, 1 loss.
Where we at?
4.
Looking for their 4th, while Norway at 2 and 2.
3.
Quite a key game for the Norwegians if they want to be in playoff contention. As we see Corey Dropkins draw. Passing the guard by quite a bit.
That's good. That's fine, Corey.
Oh, how fine is it?
They're perfectly welded.
Jeg vet ikke om jeg har shot det.
Trying to figure out who's shot here.
Hva
Tror
med
den er shot.
So anyway, you
gå inn,
can
dytte den ned.
peel these.
Da ligger vi sånn. Hva gjør de da?
Og da kommer de i luka, da.
I
Så
think
sitter
so.
de der med 2, da har ikke jeg noe måte å score på uten å dra
Det
luka.
kommer ikke noe av
I guess they will still have the draw though.
Det kommer ikke noe av
Jeg
vibe.
kan spille
Yep.
den ut sånn. Men da ligger vi 2.
Ja.
Hvis ikke den chapper der, da.
Question is, how much is it gonna
Det
drag?
er som virker så dumt, men det er liksom, det er isen da.
We'll see
Det er ganske
those.
lett den, tror jeg. Å spille den ut, da...
Hva annet har
Looks
vi
like the two reds are lined up to catch a piece of the red, but
Selv hvis
catching
jeg
it on the
drar her,
right hand
det er
side.
jo dritbra, men det er jævlig
That
vanskelig.
first stone's
Pluss at
going
da
to
kan
want to
han
go
bare
left, and because there's so much friction between the striking
Det er
reds,
jævlig vanskelig.
it's going to drag that second red to the left as well. The question is just how much.
Nei, det går ikke an å dra helt bak
Men
der.
hva med
Jeg liker jo bare å spille den ut, jeg.
Ja, ok, da gjør vi det.
I think that's where
prøver
they're going
ikke
to play,
rive
so
med
we'll
den.
find out.
Okay.
Striking bands here, they seem quite narrow.
Du kan nesten kjøre
Quite
mindre
thin.
som det der. Fiks når du kommer der.
At least a little thinner than what these Norwegians play with back home.
Pass på at det går rett der, ikke sant?
Might be less drag.
Ja, Bendiksen kølte litt, da.
Ja, men det var en, nå spiller du veldig hardt, ikke?
What do you think? You think the triple's on?
Du har litt mindre is.
No.
Det er bra.
I don't
You
think
think it's
so.
going to drag
Yeah,
too much
I
and
think so.
jam at the back?
Yeah.
You think he'll be able to peel that top one sideways? Or is it going to stick around? He's able to throw some heat,
I
but
think if he's able to throw some heat, then I think if not out, then it's going to get
Magnus!
pretty close.
Yes, Magnus!
Ren.
all right, so perhaps the triple here.
Oh!
See how many reds he can spill. And does jam at the back, and that top one will go far enough.
Yeah.
So that's a very good example of the drag effect. That dragged even a lot more than I thought, to be honest. Almost like it was spinning towards the center line in the end, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
That dragged big time.
Yeah, and that top red went out pretty easily. But yeah, I thought the drag's pretty heavy to the back one there. So this is going to give the United States another crack at the draw.
If they can ever put this top button, it'll be very hard for Norway to score. Had some room on the first one. Passed the guard by almost a full stone.
Ball line fine.
Crouch in now.
Mark, crouch. Right here, guys.
Looks like it needs to curl.
Is it deeper than my bro? Nope. Right here. Mark, you got it in the end.
Just about the same line as his first one.
Mark, keep going. Mark, keep going. Mark, keep going. Go, 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 go. That's good.
He does get shot stone.
It's fine, Core.
Is it buried?
And he has that backing as well. So I'm not sure if Norway will be able to play the nose tap for two.
Buried?
Almost buried, he says.
Kvartitt. Is her, kanskje. Du kan holde den ganske godt.
No.
Ja. Jeg kom på innsida. 48.
I wonder if, I don't think you can get to the inside and score two here. I think the only way to score two is maybe catch a high side and try and wiggle it through the hole.
Leak that hole, yeah.
That's pretty tough too, though.
Yeah.
Just almost like you're playing it to punch through the hole and just tickle the red one on its way.
Yep. I think that's your best shot at trying for the deuce, but tough shot. He's got ahead of him. But it looked like he was trying for the inside.
Yeah, it looks tough.
And I'm not sure that's there. Could be wrong.
Well, if they get to nose, I'll score one, and we did talk about that being maybe the most important thing in this end.
Absolutely.
Jeg må ha 10 line pluss.
I might see the high side as an option.
Yes. Magnus. Yeah. Yes.
Last stone here in the 8th end.
Yes. Åtte. Langer vi.
Bendik!
Yes.
Bendik! Bendik!
Not able to tap that far enough. And it will be a steal of 1 for USA. Big steal in the 8th end. Didn't throw enough weight there. Didn't quite get to the inside either.
Når du koster der, så ser ikke jeg den garden.
Ok, men det er den vinkelen jeg må koste på en måte.
Ja, da må Eskil være litt mer på hugget på den viseskitten, tror jeg.
Hvis jeg tror den er tight, så for jeg får høre at den er tight. Og da gjør jeg alt jeg kan.
Give you a quick update too on the other sheets. So on B, we have Denmark up 6-2 over Turkey. Denmark looking for their first win, so it's looking pretty good so far. Switzerland up 4-2 over Russia, and of course we know that Scotland has taken the win over Sweden 9-2, and Canada has won 12-2 over Korea. So just the 3 sheets remaining out there.
Tom in.
Yeah, keep going. Go. Gotta be tight to the house.
Tom, as far as it goes. As far as it goes, buddy. As far as it goes, keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Good sweet. Fine.
God, I threw that one. Soft out of hand, too.
We like playing run up without coming.
Bak. Enten corner eller ut hit, liksom.
Corneren. Ja, jeg liker det.
So what are Norway's options for this 9th end to play it out? Are they looking to score 2 or blank? Or are that the options, perhaps?
Yeah. So, I mean, they have the option of blanking this end and trying for their deuce next end. Of course, should they be unsuccessful and take 1, then they're looking at a steal in the following end, which could be a little tricky. So it's very, very much team preference, looking at your team statistics of which you are most effective in, whether you are better at defending, you're a draw team, whichever situation is in your is beneficial to your team.
Well, 2 options they talked about before throwing that first one was either draw the wing, which I guess would indicate them trying to blank, or throw in the corner and go hard for their 2. Could also drawn around the center. So a bit of a more cautious approach for the 2, which also could lead to a blank. But wanting a corner guard in play when going for their 2, and ends up being a little tight though. You'll see that forfeit really choked off now with that miss from Alex Svensson too. Having to go really wide on the in-turn to get a draw in.
Fin linje, Magnus.
Yeah, your chances of being, or your chances of up 1 without are significantly higher. Should you need to force, and then you've got hammer in the extra end.
That's a very nice draw.
Very, very nice.
Hard, Tom.
Come on, Tom. Go. Get it to move. Come on.
Hard on the roll.
Yep. Go. Whoa.
Whoa, nice shot.
Well, it worked out all right.
Really, really nice shot.
It actually worked out real good.
Sorry,
Sorry, guys.
guys.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Apologizing to the other team.
Yeah.
Bare dra.
I heard Norwegian third just saying sorry, but not sorry. Yeah.
I know you're
Just
saying
that-
it, but you don't mean it.
Exactly. Well, it does open up the front, if anything, but
Eskil. Whoa.
Bare fart.
certainly advantage US
Whoa.
Ikke gå.
with that shot. Norway does have a corner, and they will use it, come around it.
Ikke til.
And it curls more here, so I was actually wondering why they didn't put the corner on the other place, or on this side, rather than what they end up doing. Very nice draw there by Magnus Vågberg.
Make this. Yeah, I like this.
Oh, you know, that was very close to making even the run double,
Yeah. Oh,
but
great shot.
I guess a run double there would be a chance to keep the shooter around. I think he's rolled. Has he rolled all the way out?
We could have gotten them both.
Oh, well, more or less.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have been good.
That biting the 12-foot.
I think that was a pretty good result.
Yeah.
Just clipped that and got the maximum roll.
Ta blank.
Not really any corner guards in play here.
Vi kan dra bak der, da. Eller andre stedet.
Ja, da blir det fort en sånn, da.
OK. Hva tenker du, da? Vi kan nesten splitte ut alt og gi opp omgangen, altså.
Altså, for greit, hvis du prøver på noe sånn, så får de garantert en dobbel. Og da må vi plutselig ta én.
Ja.
So they're thinking either draw around these
Det ser vanskelig ut for to her.
questionable corner guards,
Altså, vi drar her. De chapper. Får vi kanskje en dobbel etter hvert, men
or just blast these two out of the forefoot and go for the blank.
skal vi ta timeout?
Ja.
They're going to call a coach interaction. I think that's a good choice. So they're either blasting these two out, looking for the blank, but even doing that, they'll have a few. Both those, wide corner guards might be able to use them.
Yep.
So I kind of like that call, keeping the blank very much in live, but also having a slight chance of maybe scoring two, if they were wanting to.
Men ikke uten å bli selv.
We'll have coach Lars Vågberg come out.
Nei, vi blir ikke liggende, eller?
Ja, hvis vi skal dra noe sted, så må vi dra bak.
Ja, men
Hvis vi skal dra noe sted, så tenker jeg heller sånn. Jeg tenker et sted hvor det er ikke noe vits å dra hvis ikke vi vet at vi kan få ut den.
What did your team
Ja,
prefer?
altså,
When you play with
hvis vi
Rachel
drar, da,
Holland, do
han
you
splitter
prefer
ut, så har vi
being one
fortsatt
up
samme.
without or one
Vi
down
klarer
with
sikkert å
hammer?
dra her på siste stein.
Despite
Ja,
the
ja, vi, ja.
Stats?
the
Men
stat,
det er vanskelig å holde en hel vei. Vi kommer til å slå. Vi går ikke
I
noe
really did not like being
Men på den annen side, hvis de slår på den når
one
vi har
up
en
vi
her,
tenker ikke legge den opp
without
på det.
ja, eller hvis
It's
vi
so
legger her
easy
og de slår
to-
på den, så da vil vi få en dobbel.
miss one shot and have that kind of dictate the deuce, but that was just a personal preference.
Nå får vi en dobbel.
Well, your team as a whole
Yeah.
prefer the opposite?
Skal rulle liksom helt
To be a
perfekt
one up
ut hit.
without?
Med sånn vannfart hvis det er verdt å spille på den, og da kommer den uansett til å dytte den bakover.
Here is Lars Vågberg. We'll try and listen in. Maybe you will catch some of it. He is Swedish after all, although he has a very Norwegian accent nowadays.
Vi så på dem, men de får mest sannsynlig en dobbel.
Ja, men så lenge vi kan få en dobbel etterpå som er lett, da.
Ja, for da vil jeg flytte den dit. Du vil jeg rulle hit, og så vil den gå dit.
Prøve å flytte den litt bakover og ligge litt kloss på den uten å gi en...
Ligge sånn, liksom?
Ja, ikke sant? Og flytte den i feil vinkel.
Ja, sånn, ja.
Så at vi etterpå kan, hvis han skulle slå dobbelt, så har vi også en lett opp på hodet.
Nesten tapp.
2 eller blank er jo tingen her da.
Ja,
Så jeg tenker, prøv å samle det. Hvis vi klarer å flytte den bak ned på rødt,
sånn.
Spille backline, da.
Treffer liksom litt på innsiden sånn.
Ja, flytte den ned.
Med en backline.
Legger fortsatt opp en vinkel som ikke river ned til dobbelt.
Ok.
Hva tenker dere?
Ja, da
Det
gjør
blir
vi
litt
det.
vanskelig hvis vi ikke
Det er
setter.
vanskelig, men prøv å samle det.
Men hvis vi ikke gjør det, hvis vi køller over, så er det vel noe... Det er jo ikke dumt. Han får en trikk i dobbelt der.
Ok?
Men da går vi derfra, gjør vi ikke det? Ja.
I think probably the only call the boys didn't discuss before coach came out.
Was he talking about tapping it?
Yeah, just trying to tap it on an angle, get that back stone all further back, the yellow stone, like back 8, back 12, and then try and sit like corner frozen. Well, not completely frozen, but
That was
kind of
actually
corner on the red
what I
one.
was thinking as well. What do you think?
You know, there's going to be a lot of space though still between your shooter and that red stone, so I think USA will very quickly have a chance to sit in line too. It is a tough shot too to make. Make it good though. Could be good. But like he was saying, 2 or blank here is good, so I feel like this is a shot where you're more likely to be forced.
And that is
It doesn't quite
not
come
a
off.
good result.
Too many yellows in play.
Norwegian coach has played 9 World Championships.
I like that.
Had a very productive season, not 01-02 when they won the gold in Salt Lake,
I think 2 is good.
the Olympics, and also getting a silver just a month after in Bismarck,
I like
the World Championship.
I think 2 is good. I think 2 is good too. Just half a rock here, boys.
I'm just cleaning.
Ooh, wow.
Jeg er usikker på om det er bedre å gjøre sånn, eller sånn.
Ja, jeg liker den siste.
Jeg tror vi må bestemme oss. Han får uansett en dobbel, men den er mye krappere.
Snakker vi 16, eller?
Nei, jeg tenkte i hvert fall vanlig.
Så hardt, ja.
Spill vanlig, da.
Vanlig.
Enten eller 14 sånn. Jeg tror jeg liker den best.
Nei, ta en...
Vanlig sånn.
Ja. Var det Bendik? Ja.
So they're discussing different ways of splitting the yellows. They're just wait a little hit and roll to the left as we saw it. Or maybe catch it high side and kind of click that other yellow sideways.
Looks like they decided to do the high side.
Sitt da.
We're going to sweep that one. Get it as wide as possible. It didn't quite curl enough. It goes very straight there. And
I don't think we want to get cute.
maybe just a bit too positive with that throw. I wasn't quite paying attention to that yellow stone on the wing.
I'm almost tempted to throw firm at it.
Would have been helpful to sweep that as wide as possible. There's a guard there,
Good normal.
Yeah.
sort of.
Well, yeah.
Swingy
I
side,
think
right?
had he swept it over a little bit more, then they definitely could have tucked a piece, for sure.
2 up. Whoa. No. Cooch. Close. Cooch on him the whole time. Cooch. Cooch. Yes, Cooch.
I think we have a nickname here.
Yeah.
Mark Fenner.
Heard it quite a few times this game.
So just going to roll out there. And that will leave Norway with a chance to come around one of those wide stones if they want to. It's either that or just draw to the back of the house and go for the blank.
Looks like we're going to the wing here.
Du må helt ut på siden, hvis ikke så har du ikke noe å si.
Det er kølle lite der. Det er kølle ut for vant, ikke sant?
So by drawing here, what they're saying is they prefer to be one up without rather than one down with.
Plass.
Litt ned.
Mye rom.
So if they prefer to keep hammers, they could have just, as mentioned, drawn to the back of the house maybe.
Eskil!
Still third rocks though. So.
Eskil!
Kom inn da.
Looks like it needs some help.
Hard! Hard! Kom inn, Eskil! Hard, 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 hard!
Running out of rings here.
Synne.
Question is, will USA want to come around this? That might be a little risky. Might just want to look to draw to the open side. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Probably just going to put this maybe back 4.
85. 80, 85.
Don't want to keep it too high. That's going to allow a roll for Norway. I think even back 8 here is fine. Corey Dropkin has a 4-2 record against Norway in international competition.
Look! It's not bad, Tom. Right here, it's
I
fine.
have played him myself a few times.
Yeah.
I think it's all there. Right here, it's good.
It's there.
I don't need to tell what happened.
Behind teeth.
I think I know the outcome then.
Oh, really?
Well, if you don't want to tell it.
No, I didn't want to brag.
Oh. So the other way around.
And we had a pretty intense tiebreaker game at the Winter University Games a couple of years ago. With one fan in the stands. from our Norwegian squad. She didn't really know curling, so she would celebrate when the US team missed a shot. And Corey would look up and be like, what? No,
Yeah.
what is she doing? So I had to go over and tell her, you know, that's generally not a custom. So
Don't do that in curling.
can clap when we make a shot, but when those guys miss, just, don't do anything.
Yeah. Sit there quietly.
Just like the Norwegian boys, I'm happy I'm not in juniors anymore having to play Corey because he's become a really good player over the last couple of years.
Hard! Hard!
Yes!
Hard!
Yes, yes, yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Norway makes the hit and stick. Maybe we'll see Corey Dropkin try the roll.
Hey, Mark.
I think he just said to roll towards the center.
Okay.
I think that's what I saw.
Just control here. Straight side.
Well, we have seen Skip Magnus Ramsfjell miss a blank attempt in this game. In the third end, I think. 0-4.
Third.
Was it 6th? Can't remember. When he kind of
I'll
left.
give you the game highlight.
Yeah, kind of left it unattended at the end, and it kind of finished up on him.
Hard, Tom. All the way down. Watch the roll. Hard on the roll.
Does make the nose hit here, Corey Dropkin, and we'll see if Norway can make the blank, keep last on advantage into the 10th end. this will run a bit straighter than the last time you went for the blank, so got to make sure to keep that in mind.
Okay.
So he's not going to throw peel, just firm weight at this. Maybe looking to control it just a tiny bit more with the sweeping.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to throw peel plus on this side. Where you let it go is where it's going to hit.
Last stone of the 9th end here. No problems this time. Will blank the end and keep last stone. The scoreline will remain 7 shots to 6 in favor of USA after picking up that steal in the 8th end. We're getting a cracking game here on sheet A as we see most of the other sheets empty. Maybe you can provide us with the updates, Alison.
Absolutely. We do have another game that has finished, and it is the one beside us here on sheet B. Denmark taking a win over Turkey, 6-4. So that will bring them up to one win and 4 losses.
Keep watching tracks now that everybody's gone too.
It might slow
And of
down.
course, Turkey down to 2 and 3.
Can I have just a hair less, Core?
This is where the pack starts separating from each other. The Switzerland and Russia game that is still going on right now. Switzerland is up 5-2 over Russia without hammer here in the 10th end.
Top of the
So,
lid.
tight game, but Russia's going to have some work to do. Taking a 3 or 4 to win. 3 to tie it. And, of course, having to steal in the extra end then. So definitely some climbing to do.
Vil du ha outa den? Ja.
Der.
For sure.
For sure. I haven't said it that much, have I?
No, I don't think you've said it once today.
No, I definitely said it once. Caught myself
I
once
just
already.
realized a lot of Canadians have a tendency to say for sure a lot this week.
Litt opp I beina, så ga den ingenting.
For sure.
Ha plass.
Watching Pat Simmons' interview at the bar last night. It was, for sure, and you know, and and for sure.
Sounds identical to mine.
Ja, kom igjen.
Helt ned, boys.
Kom igjen.
Yes, yes.
Kom igjen, Magnus.
So, Norway will throw the corner guard. Did hear the American front end just talk about the ice there a little bit. It was quite interesting. They were saying that now that a lot of the other games have finished and left the ice, it might change the ice conditions a little bit. Because obviously all these players out there will generate a lot of heat. And when that's taken away, you might see a little more frost developing on the ice.
Yeah.
It might slow down a little bit. We've seen that. You've experienced that maybe yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Need to have the discussion about the different airflows. So, of course, being the end sheets, you've got action on one side, but you've got the boards on the other. So a little bit of a difference there. And also, sheet C, we just talked about Russia and Switzerland, but Russia unable to take that 3 in the last end. So Switzerland will take the victory of 5-3. So bringing Russia down to 3 and 2, and Switzerland up to 4 and 1. Along the likes of Scotland, also at 4 and 1 right now.
Har du farta?
Just seeing the Swiss boys in the background there doing some post-game
Stretching.
stretching, foam rolling.
Yep. You'll be able to watch the technique, get some tips of what to do after the game.
It's like gym TV with Richard Simmons.
A little less 80s flash there.
Kan jeg få litt til?
Det er litt mye.
Kjenner bra ut. Yes.
Helt.
Yes, Bendik.
Hard.
Bendik.
Hard.
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 Fin linje, yes.
Kom igjen.
Yes.
Kom igjen.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hard, hard, hard. Wow, wow, wow.
Nei.
Videre, videre, videre. Viktig, viktig,
Fortsett da.
viktig, viktig. Kom igjen,
Yeah, it's a
kom
big
igjen,
mistake to leave that short. I'm just hearing Norwegian third Bendik saying that one toll up big time. The weight really came off it, and that could very well be what we were talking about. Everyone leaving the building. The ice might just be a tad slower. And obviously the tricky part about that, if you're having to draw the forfeit for the win,
All the way.
or for just a single in this case, it could be a lot more tougher than earlier in the game. It's more of a guess, perhaps.
Got a curl.
2.
Clean.
Americans so far having no trouble.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to have to take advantage of making sure they're getting the times, either split or hog to hog, whatever time they prefer to take, and trying to gather as much information as they can to try and figure out what the paths are doing at the moment.
Okay.
2/3.
Okay. 2/3 på oversiden.
So not quite getting the setup from their lead here at Team Norway.
Det køler her.
Ja, jeg vil ha litt mindre, Magnus.
Ok. Dette her du skal treffe nesten.
Ja.
Taking 0 ice with a shot, even though it does curl a wee bit here. On the sweep early. You will see that really bend. Well, again, lucky to catch the shot, Stone. A bit of a deja vu. Here.
Little lucky on that one.
We saw that happen 2 ends ago. The very same.
Another sorry, not sorry situation.
Sure. For sure.
For sure. Now I've got you saying it.
No stones in the house, but 4 guards in play. Those 2 staggered center guards not really helping Norway at the moment. USA can put a nice draw around them.
Hard. Hard.
People provide the Norwegians with some trouble.
Go. Tom, help. Go, 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 go. Hard. Go, 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 go. Hard. Never up, never up, never up, never up, never up. Push, Ziggy. Go, 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 go.
Really nice line here.
Go, go, go.
Wanting that maybe another foot deeper, but it's a pretty good draw still from Mark Fenner.
Sorry for getting in your way.
No,
I
no.
just, you had to do that. Yeah, I had to
Okay.
do that.
Nei, den kommer til å gå på undersida, den nå.
Okay.
Den blir nok
Ta
en
den,
sånn,
ja.
da.
Okay. Ja.
Skal du spille samme fart, eller?
Ja. Ja.
Ja.
Vil du ta mer is, eller vil du ta samme is?
Jeg tenker jeg tar samme.
Okay.
Again, just trying to rip these guards off a little bit. You need to catch this one a little high side, not to jam it.
Jobb!
Jobb, Henrik! Jobb! Hard!
First stone he's going to hit here might just spring into that red exactly and sit right there.
Synd det.
Looking to roll the shooter away a little bit and kind of squirt that lowest or yellow into the house, perhaps even. It does neither, and still a bit of a cluster up front.
Yeah, it does take away 2 yellows, but at the same time, you're sticking your shooter still on the center line, so it's looking pretty messy up there for Norway at the moment.
Just don't want to give him an easy shield.
I don't mind guard.
I mean, what do they have? An easy. They have a draw this way.
No.
Yeah, they do.
I don't mind guard. Guard? Like a tight one?
How much can you see?
I can see almost half.
It's just going to be an easy double. You know, that's the problem. The guard?
Yeah.
Well, we got to pick something.
I'm okay with maybe playing freeze, and if we get a tap, that's good.
Whatever you think, Cor.
Yeah, that or tight guard.
You can hear how
Because I can
silent
see almost half.
the curling club is now.
Got a nice echo.
That's good.
Okay.
All eyes on sheet A.
I think it's...
Does that put a little extra pressure on you when there's no buzzing in the arena?
Yeah,
And it's
all
just-
eyes on you. And
Yeah. It's almost like it's a final.
yeah, exactly.
It's a feeling you get, like you can hear a pin drop.
4, 3, 3.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Clean.
Line's good.
5, 3, 3.
Yep.
Yep. Both of you. Yep. Yep. Just gooch now. Just gooch.
Just
yep.
gooch. Yep.
Both of you. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Richard.
Go.
Richard. Richard.
Go.
That's
not
pretty
bad,
good,
Tom.
We could have actually tapped that probably.
Yeah, but that's pretty good.
If we didn't have the dead head on the inside.
Yeah.
This is the last game we played with 2 shitty heads.
No, we have one.
Best er hvis
Talking
du klarer
about
å
a fresh
spille
pad
den, så
or
få
a
den inn der.
fresh pad versus a an older one.
Så får vi
Yeah,
spare den
just
dragningen her til senere.
I asked him about that before the game. He didn't have enough pans apparently to switch them for each
Nei,
game.
da ruller du ikke nok med shooteren. Vi skal helst rulle den så langt at jeg også kan dra her hvis jeg må.
Pretty good draw.
Yep.
Pretty hard to spill both those reds
11, tror jeg.
off
Bare
the
11.
top 8.
Ja.
Du skal curle der.
Norway looking to throw the double peel now, clear things up in the front.
Yep. 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 Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Another plan B here.
Yep.
Oh, actually getting shots down there. Maybe.
Maybe.
Still was able to spin that other red out in the open.
Dominic.
Not terrible result.
So you gotta come right here.
I don't mind that then. You want this?
Did Corey say
4 more feet,
He
Tom.
thinks
they were lying?
Yeah, I think he thinks that they are just shot. So that's why they're choosing to ignore the yellow on the side and go in to the center.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
4, 5, 4, 4. Clean, line's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alex. Whoa. Alex now. Alex, yes.
5.
Alex, yes. 6.
Go.
6. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Alex in.
So just drawing to the top 4 here. Line's looking real nice, but it is going to slip to the back 4.
It's all right.
Well, just back to you anyway.
Så vi skal dra, prøve å
Just
tappe den
a
kanskje litt.
foot too heavy
Vi
on
vil
that
helst ha
one.
2, men det er curler som har det der.
So it does give them a bit of an out to
Med hack. Men
try and get one in there.
sånn.
Ja, det er på øverste.
Det er jævlig fint, men han får uansett en frys, tror jeg. Vi får jo kanskje den tappen på den til slutt, da, men
Kjør hack, da. Hack. Solid hack.
nei, du kommer ikke på innsiden med hack, tror jeg.
Backline.
Bare 9.
OK. Til bakkant 8.
Hvis den henger ute, så kan vi spille den av
Ja,
den.
det var det jeg tenkte òg.
9, 9, 10.
70. 70 kanskje.
So they're coming down onto the shot, so wanting to tap it a little bit, I guess, try and create a little room to score. Initially they were calling hack weight, it just seemed impossible
Fart. Jeg tror farta er bra. Litt opp.
to do, considering
Yep.
that draw was pretty tight to the guard.
And this looks tight too.
Hard! Kom igjen! Kom igjen! Kom igjen! Eskil, videre! Videre!
It definitely seems to break a lot more the closer you get to the 4-foot line.
Han gjør det. Det så ut som han plukket, men det curler
Kind of
veldig
happened
noen
to
steder.
their lead's second stone too, where they ended up taking tight ice to come around the guard off the center and just kind of died. Definitely a lot more action, a lot more stones coming down the center of the sheet, so it might fudge a little bit.
No, I think where you had it was good. Okay, where were you giving Tom?
Looking really messy for Team Norway at the moment.
I think so, and if we have to, we'll hit it early.
Do have a stone on the house.
Tom was a little bit further inside.
I don't know how much you can see of that yellow rock.
It's a little bit further inside of Tom's.
Not sure if you can throw the slash to come in, but it again, that is the straighter side, so
Core, I'm just gonna give you a hair more. Is
might
that
be
fine?
really tough, even
I don't
if it
think
is
it'll hurt.
just there.
Okay. We're just aiming for weight. I mean, it's still the same. So 4-0. Yeah.
Talking about the split time there, 4 seconds, which is still quite keen.
86% on 9 draws for Corey Dropkin.
How much?
You'd think you'd be close with this one.
Three. Tom, clean.
Tom, keep a broom
Tom,
down.
clean.
No, just keep a broom down.
They're just looking for halfway tight guard here.
We can go.
Tom, stay close. Gotta finish.
Yep, gotta go, Tom. Tom.
Three. Tight three.
Go,
Tight three.
Go,
Tight three.
go.
Whoa.
That's good.
Whoa.
That's good, Cor.
Al, are we 1-2?
I think so, but I'll look again.
Altså, vi kan,
Det er jo, ja.
hvis vi klarer å få den inn, så er det veldig fint. Enten eller så kan vi spille på den og satse på at jeg gjør den på siste. Eller den.
Har du lyst til det?
Så vi kan jo så klart prøve på den.
Hvis du gjør den første der, og så han drar litt halvveis bak.
Eller den.
Eller den.
Eller den, men det hjelper jo ikke så mye da, for da legger jeg en ny guard, og da må jeg runde en av disse eller
Ja,
den.
gjør du den da, så gjør du jo den vanskelig.
Det er veldig fint å gjøre den.
Men hvis han får gjemt noe...
Og da får jeg i hvert fall en for en da.
Det ser jeg også.
Ja, vi må jo så ta det ene
Men
da.
da er det veldig viktig at vi får den da. Den er jo alt nå.
Ja, i hvert fall få med, jeg vet ikke om det er så viktig å få med den egentlig, men den er i hvert fall bedre enn den.
Ja.
Så hvis vi skal få bruk for den, så må vi ta med den nå.
Men det er ikke noen sjanse at den der går ned der på den der? Det er ikke noen sjanse at den der går ned.
Du kan få alle.
Hvem
Går
er
det?
shotta rød og gul?
Men da blir vi liggende i guard, og hvis vi ikke gjør den, så er
Nei,
vi...
altså hvis vi gjør den, så ruller vi hit.
Og så får alle den.
Da får han dra bak her, og hvis han ikke gjør den, så
Så har vi åpen.
da får vi en for seieren i hvert fall.
Tror du du får en bolle? Tror du du får alle der?
Ja, hvis man treffer riktig, så får man alle.
Jeg synes
Så
du
klart.
skal slå dobbelt hvis den
Gjør
gule...
det? Uansett får du to, så er det jo...
Ja, uansett hvis jeg bare får den, så...
Men altså, jeg er med på at du kan spille den her, men da må vi ikke bli liggende. Altså, da må vi på innsiden.
Ja, så klart. Og så er det ikke verdens undergang å gå sånn heller, for da ligger fortsatt den
Jeg er
tur.
enig. Og da kommer det en guard til, da får du dobbelt for...
Ja, enten runne eller gå en luke eller noe sånt.
Ja, da får du dobbelt for ekstra, da.
Ok, vil du ta den da?
Spill litt fart på den, da. Ta out den. Tror jeg.
Really only
Out den.
really only discussing the one call, I think. It's, they're looking to play the triple. A bit of the hero shot is very difficult to make it.
Ta den out
I think
den.
maybe the other option is to play the straight run, try and get that stone off the forefoot. But they're trying to bring that other yellow into play, wanting to score 2. And wanting to rule the shooter out.
Nei, ikke mindre i hvert fall.
So they're looking at a double off of the top two.
They're basically running this tight guard onto that one on the side, just redirecting and then onto the shot. So triple, very tough shot. Few options with it though.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yes.
Oh, I ended up doing.
Just missing everything.
That's the only thing they didn't want to do.
Den.
That was very close too, I think.
Klarte dere å køle over i det sporet? Du køler jo ingenting.
Ooh,
Yeah, to curl another inch there.
just caught right in the middle. It's tough to do line call if you're hoping and praying that it's going to come up in time.
We were right here.
Throwing that kind of weight too, it's not going to move much either way.
Where's pro side here?
I think it's fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Right now, I think USA we're going to throw the guard, and Norway might just have to play that angle tap on the right hand side as we see it.
Last wait. Where are they throwing that first one?
That one I got a 97 on that one.
97?
4.
So,
4 4 5.
Maybe just like 2 feet left.
Yeah. On that same path, right?
yeah.
We got a lot.
1, 2.
Tom.
Line's good. Clean.
Tom.
Clean. Clean. Line's good. Just
One.
clean. Cooch clean.
2.
Tom.
1, 2.
Whoa,
2. 2.
Just clean.
We're right there.
Just clean.
Shorter than that, like right here.
A little bit, Tom.
Yep.
A little bit. Okay, whoa.
Whoa.
That's good.
Good.
That's good, Core.
That's a pretty good draw.
Har den, da. Men,
So guarding pretty much everything. What do you think he has, Sander?
They're looking at two things. That's that tap on the right-hand side, as I mentioned. It's probably the easiest shot. Do have that long run double on the left-hand side, but that is a tough shot to make.
Sure looks like the slash is the easier option of the two. But, ooh, holy smokes, you can only see about half.
Yeah, well, it's more than you need to hit, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
A little added pressure.
It's probably...
Har vant. Det køler ingenting der.
Throwing board weight, apparently.
Han tar litt mer, han køler kanskje litt, som Magnus sier.
Catching that. Is it third, then half-ish?
Looks like a third.
Question is the ice any different now? Coming a little wider here than you usually do on the intern draw on this side. You see last stone of the 10th end for Norway, needing this angled tap to score and push this game into an extra. A little bit on and off with the sweeping. Now trying to keep it straight. Seeming to over curl. And it will. And it's just going to drive that past the forefoot. And it will be game, set, match for the Norwegians. USA picking up another win.
What a game it was.
Very much a fun game to watch. A lot of good shots made. Interesting situations. Tons of stones in play every end. And in the end, the Americans will run off with the win, making the final score 8 shots to 6. If you stick around, we'll have some highlights from this very exciting game and a few words with winning skip Corey Dropkin. Just running through the other scores in this morning draw. Again, we did see Denmark beating Turkey 6 shots to 4, picking up their first win. Switzerland would win 5 shots to 3 over Russia. Scotland with a very dominant win over Sweden, 9 shots to 2. And then we saw Canada also with a dominant win, 12 shots to 2 over Korea. Ice maker's already out there, prepping for the next draw. With that scoreline, we have Norway moving to 2 wins, 3 losses, while USA will move to 4 wins, 1 loss. And they will be together with Scotland and Switzerland at the top. Closely followed by Canada and Russia at 3 wins. While Norway stuck at 2 wins with Sweden and Turkey. Denmark had 1 win. Korea yet to win a game here this week. Morning game, USA, Norway. Big trouble for the Americans in the first end. Corey Dropkin looking for a difficult tap to score his 1. Will catch it a bit too high. And it's a huge steal of 3 in the very first end for Norway. In the second end, Norwegian skip Magnus Ramsfjell close to making a slash double, but does leave a draw for 2. USA right back in it with a deuce, trailing by 1 after 2 ends. Corey Dropkin on his last stone making a perfect hit and roll in behind the corner, forcing Norway to draw for 1. No trouble for the Norwegian skip, drawing back 4, scoring 1. We'll have a 2-point lead after 3. In the 4th end, Corey Dropkin facing 2 yellow counters, looking for the double to score his single, just over curling by here. Yellow 1 would not fly far enough, and it would be a steal of 1 for Norway, leading 5 shots to 2 after 4. In the 5th end, Norway in a bit of trouble. That yellow stone back 4 there was the last stone for Norway, trying to freeze away USA line 2. Does leave a chance to tap it out and score 3. Another good shot by Corey Dropkin. And they'll tie up the game at 5 each after 5 ends of play. Coming back on the ice after halftime. So a bit more of an open end. Norway looking for the blank. Left it all unattended at the end. End up curling on them. And they would only score a single. In the 7th, Norway lying 2, Corey Dropkin needing to draw for 1. With some help from Tom Howell and Mark Fenner, they'll bring it top 4. And after 7 ends of play, it's a tied ball game. In the 8th end, USA lying 1. Norway throwing the in-turn on the straight side, trying to get to the inside. Just can't do it, and it's a steal of 1 for USA. After a blank 9th end, we saw a bit of a sloppy, messy end for the Norwegians. Only having this in-turn tap to score 1 and push the game into an extra. Will over-curl by a fraction, and USA steals the win. Final score, 9 shots to 6. And now we'll have a few words with the winning skip of USA, Corey Dropkin.
Congratulations, Corey. Big win for you guys.
Thank you very much.
You haven't played on Sheet A before, but Norway did. Do you think that gave them an advantage coming into it?
Maybe. I don't really think so. I mean, the biggest part was just getting used to the ice, quicker than the other team, and I think they might have had a slight advantage in the beginning, and we were definitely caught off guard a little bit. But it took us a little bit, but we kind of got used to it and got hands down and fought back.
Yeah, for sure. You look like you had good conversations about what strategy worked best for you guys. Does your team prefer being up 1 without or down 1 with?
I think we prefer being up 1 without. I think the odds are for us, and we're really good at stealing, but we're also really good at forcing 1. And if we get the force of 1, we're as long as the boys give me a draw to the forefoot, I think we'll be good. So I enjoy being up 1 without.
And being the last team on the ice, you can hear a pin drop out there. How were you feeling throwing that last shot and leaving him the slash?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't really focused on that. I was just kind of focused on making that one shot and just, kind of blurred out everything else, really.
That's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Congratulations and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's what we have for curling this morning. We'll have more curling action this afternoon. Scotland, Russia, and the women's draw at 2 o'clock local time here in Tårnby, Denmark. So first at World Curling TV, we bid you good morning, and please join us again this afternoon.